Hey, Will.
Hey!
What happened last time on Ebon Ward?
Last time on Evan Ward, the 11th hour were crunched on time to grab the compass as the reinforcements smashed against Redpath's stone wall, a pool of magma before them, and Embernice blocking the vault on the other side. As a couple of salamanders swam through the magma, Maze and Nash activated the ice bomb and hurled it across the way to turn it all into stone. The 11th hour then charged and battled Embernice and her earth elementals as quickly as they could, but she put up quite the fight. Eventually, they were able to knock her out as Brutus and the other guards stormed onto the scene. Dia and Redpath created a wall of force and earth spikes to slow their pursuers as Maze and Nash started to pick the lock, but resorted to smashing it instead. Despite being electrocuted by another trap, they were able to bend the doors inward enough to see the compass. Maze uses magnetic gloves and, against all odds, pulled it towards the door despite the heavy gravity enchantment holding it down. Dia then pulled out the orb that is aggressively magnetic and used it to pull the compass out. Of course, this also yanked the enormous doors off their hinges towards her, as well as 80,000 gold pieces and treasure chests towards them. Beaten and bruised, but not defeated, Redpath quickly pulled out a painting of Leviara to allow everyone the opportunity to paint stride away. Brutus was able to get past the wall of force and spikes, but as he went to cast dismissal on the party, Nash consumed the spell with Scream Eater, granting the team another vital moment to jump through the painting and escape the horde of House Hairsif. They were whisked away and plopped onto the roof of the tiny bucket, covered in paint only a few feet away from the Hairsif sisters enjoying their brunch. Amaranth was equally impressed and livid to have failed, but commended the 11th hour all the same, excited to hear the report later on how they did it. Understandably, the party chose to relax the rest of the day, starting with a trip at the beach. And from that point, the party then realized it was probably time to actually bathe and cool off more
they
fully.
probably smell like sulfur.
Yeah, y'all smell bad. So here, I'll ping.
Sulfur, sweat, iron.
So you two have your own little bath, and then Dia is in her own bath. If you want to communicate, you're more than welcome to. You can just be rude and yell across through walls.
I was gonna say we have little cups on strings.
Sure, why not? You're level 10.
We literally can talk through the crossbow. It'll leave Redpath out, but Dia and I can
That's
talk.
fine, actually. I think that's funnier. He doesn't want to be talking.
Well, so the nice thing is that if Redpath has something to say, it's like, Maze, tell her this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Dia needs to get Redpath. She gets to say, Maze, thump the wall.
But yeah, no, you begin each taking your own baths, nice little bubble baths, and it's very quickly apparent to you that the amenities that are available to you with the various soaps and scented candles and whatnot, this shit is expensive. But luckily, Deletta is covering all of it.
Yeah, I'm stealing this.
Nash also chose to go hang out with Deletta, kind of forgetting that he's also stinky and covered in paint. But chances are Deletta will be able to assist with that because she also knows prestidigitation and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Maze just spends his time in the bath gawking and reading the tiny, expensive shampoo bottles. Just, oh my god.
Oh.
Ooh, they have lavender in this.
Oh my god, they have 500 gold worth of lavender in this.
That's a spell component.
Yeah, we can use this to raise someone from the dead.
Man, I made a mistake. I should have got Armella to do my hair after we raided the Horde.
Yeah.
What a waste.
I made a mistake getting my hair done at all.
I mean, maybe you can lower her sentence time by having her do your hair again.
Why would I want to do
Community
that?
service?
Yeah, why not?
Service, go cut hair for a while. I mean, it's not unreasonable. Yeah, no, I think we all just hang out.
He is just doing that. You know those absurd ads where it's like, they're usually ads for candles or like shockingly unrelated things, but where it's like, don't you want to spend your time like this? And it's a woman in a tub that's inevitably like, there's bubble bath. She's got like a phone in her hand, but also a book on the side tray, and like there's like a toaster with pastries and like a TV. Like, it's just an absurd amount of different things if you were trying to just force feed leisure to someone and no one ever does that. That's what she's doing right now.
Perfect.
She's ever doing that.
But more so than usual. After recent experiences, this is her time. She's just going full hedonism.
as is her right. Yeah, Maze calls up Dia a second, just lounging in the tub. Dia, I've got a question.
Shoot, buddy.
What do you think?
Also, have you tried this lavender shampoo? What the fuck?
I'm frankly terrified of it. I don't know what the ramifications of this bottle are, but I don't know if I want to be responsible for them, frankly. Alright, maybe just a little.
Yeah. What's your question?
What do you think the odds are that we can just take it easy tomorrow? You think anything's gonna catch on fire? You think we can get an actual break?
I hope so. I mean, theoretically, with Armella behind bars, there shouldn't be more random attacks in the streets. Deletta's probably a lot safer now, although she'd be safer still if we really understood what was going on with Armella. We should probably talk to her again.
Yeah,
But I really don't want to let that into my day right now. We had a difficult morning, and I'm at least giving myself the rest of the day off. I think I've earned it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Do you have something you want to do tomorrow?
God, no. There's nothing at all I want to do, and that sounds great.
GM looks at notes. Uh-oh.
You know, I was thinking, before all the stuff happened at the university, I was talking, like, literally right before. It was when we were initially there and had our first encounter with the scrabbly doodlies. I was talking to Pure and saying we should do a transmutation study group night, and I'd still like to do that. Maybe I might do that. I don't know, probably not tonight. That sounds like that still has the scent of work about it. But maybe tomorrow. And so if she's back at the university, you could tag along. I know you weren't a fan of the library, but you know, you could just be there and have an excuse.
I don't think I have a particular purpose being around for a magic lecture. When I waggle my fingers and say words, nothing happens, you know?
No. I mean, you could be there for her. And you'd have an excuse.
Suppose I could.
And that could be hours, you know. And I wouldn't want you to distract her too much, but you know, if you wanted to, you know,
I've been thinking on that a bit. As you might recall, I said that you're a terrible person to be in love with. I'm not exempt from that either.
Oh. I think you're an unusual person to be in love with. I can see why you seem to find affection in the most unexpected places.
Thanks. Not sure what to make of that one, to be honest.
It works for me.
I guess it works for me too, then.
Hey, Redpath cut me off from the strawberry wine. Can you ask him for some strawberry wine and then bring it to me?
I think he'll know something's up.
Probably, but will he care enough to say no?
Hold on. Maze bangs on the wall. Hey, Red!
Don't, you're gonna knock stuff over. What?
If I ask you for strawberry wine, will you say yes?
Sense motive.
Woo!
It's out in the main room. I'm too tired to stop you.
Oh, alright, Maze turns on the intercom again. Out in the main room then, and you won't stop me. I'll keep that in mind.
Damn. Splish.
He hears approaching.
Yeah, no.
She's just naked. I hope nobody comes down the hallway. Red Patch just stops and looks. He left the door open.
You see someone coming around the corner. Dear.
Looking good, Garen.
I refuse to comment.
Though you are walking buck-ass naked like a cryptid, a Sasquatch, one of those Bigfoots.
Ugh.
Big feet.
Garen knocks on your door, Redpath. Redpath?
You
Are
took
you dead?
Oh, okay, that's not Dia. Is that Dia playing a trick?
No.
Sense motive again.
Oh.
I'm in the bathroom. We're having a bath. All of us are.
Congratulations? What do you...
You can come in. Just talk to me through the door.
Very well. It's better than 2 doors. Then he, leans up against the wall. So, I would wager that your endeavor was successful.
Yep. Didn't burn my hair off. Didn't lose any limbs.
Well
Got
done.
duped halfway through, and it was annoying as hell, but...
Kind of cocks an eyebrow. What do you mean, duped?
Well, I thought the thing that I was being led toward was the compass. In reality, it was a drawing of the compass. So...
You were able to still find it through, your, detect object then, I presume?
Yes, it did work. It was just annoyingly in the exact same direction.
That is rather amusing, though.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's
Right.
funny now.
So then I presume I no longer need to deliver your will and testament to family?
No, I think you should be okay, unless, I'm getting out of the bath and I crack my skull on the porcelain.
What a miserable way to go. Tell you
What an
what,
awful way to go.
if that does happen, I will tell them you died in the Horde, so there's some honor in it.
Your son died
God,
while
spicy.
robbing the most secure bank in the world. Goodbye.
Honorable.
Yeah, I'll be out in just a minute. Hang on.
I do also have some interesting news for you.
Oh, okay. Splish, splish, splish.
Splip, 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 splip.
I was able to track down this Jacques fellow.
Oh. Okay,
Turn-
hang on.
Turns out, he only returned in the last couple of days from a big fishing trip. The envy I feel. But, all the same.
He kind of squints like, that's kind of suspicious.
How's that suspicious?
Just the way I understand what you mean now, but I initially read it as like, oh, he hasn't been in Leviara for a while, but now he's back. No, but it was just he was on a fishing trip and now he's back.
Yeah,
Okay.
fishing trips can range in, a couple of days to maybe a couple of weeks, depending on,
Yeah,
if they're going to get crabs, that might be a little further out or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Alright,
So-
okay, I'm done.
Now, hold on. You feel the door get slammed shut by him? Unlike your comrades, are you decent?
I am perfectly decent. My hair is wet, but that's just something I have to deal with.
Yes, and I will deal with it as well, so be it. He lets go of the door and walks away.
Oh my god, she took the whole bottle.
Yes, what did you expect?
I thought she'd be, reserved to take a
If this
glass.
is accurate, by the way, I want to note that she tucked the bottle under an arm so that she could also take both glasses.
God, that's so funny.
Meanwhile, in the bathtub, this is the life! They both have a glass.
Oh my god! She can toast with herself!
Aww.
Sheer
us,
luxury.
Sheer luxury. This is fun. I like being
We go to
fancy.
Toast, but it's Addis with his 20 million strengths. And ah!
Fuck!
Anyway, continue your conversation about real things.
Here, have a seat while I tame this beast that is my hair.
Do you need assistance?
Are you sure you're up for it?
He shrugs. I did braid Andron's hair for years.
I trust you. I trust you implicitly.
Hmm.
Her braids were always
Weirdly-
very nice.
Well, thank you. He sits down and, it's where you're like, yeah, this will be nice. And he, like, grips you and spins you around just
He's
so
like, oh, I forgot. This is exactly what it's like when a parent figure does your hair. No!
Yeah, he starts doing it, but then, like, yeah, he's very, like, aggressive, like, you need to be facing this way. I can't do it if you're not looking that way. But then after that, it's very delicate. It's very cautionary. He knows how much your hair is important to you, and he is respecting that.
That's very nice.
Right. In any case, this Jacques fellow, turns out, he is a holy man of Guarana, as it were. Not exactly a popular god around here, strictly because so heavily connected to the sea. But even with your limited knowledge or interest in gods, you should be aware that Guarana is the goddess of earth and love, and heavily associated with family, amusingly enough. Not to mention, he, like, does another couple of twists in the hair. Guarana is also the mother of Valoria, if that is to be believed, which is interesting.
Oh. Okay.
Squints. Does mental math.
So, I've not met the man myself, but talking with a couple of different sailors and the one I've been renting my boat from recently, Jacques usually spends his time by the docks, and if he's not there, he's likely home. He doesn't seem to get out too much. Well, besides doing his work, but after that, he seems to basically become a hermit.
I probably should have mentioned it, but, as far as I'm aware, him and my mother were, vampire hunters.
Oh!
So it seems that, he's turned a more mundane sort of leaf these days. Unless he's doing secret things while he's not at work.
He's hunting ocean vampires.
The most dangerous kind, because they can cross water.
Well, you could always ask him if you were interested in communicating with him. Like I said, I figured out about where he is. I was not going to set up an appointment because that feels like crossing some boundaries.
Yeah, I can imagine you just waltzing up and being like, I know someone who wants to meet you. And then it's like, who are you? Why are you here?
Precisely, I didn't want to talk to someone new. I don't like that. So,
I understand that.
but I also didn't want to decide for you that you should talk to him.
Oh, I'm going to. I need answers. And also, you should probably know that his girlfriend or wife or whatever it was, his woman's dead, so... Sure, he's always wanted an answer to that.
Garen stops for a moment with your hair. Based on the little bit I've heard, I think he's well aware of that, and might be a reason why he is what he is today. But I'm sure that will be a fun conversation to have. Hello, Dad. Mum's dead. What's your problem? Is that kind of your go-to for this discussion?
I didn't really have it planned out in my head, so yeah, I guess that's it. Did you have a better suggestion?
No.
I don't plan on lying to him about anything. It's just...
That would be wise. Obviously, maybe not lying, but not all details need to be shared, such as your current line of work.
No, there's no reason for me to tell him about that.
I know, but all the same. And Garen continues to braid your hair for a bit more, and then he gets to the bottom. Right, I just realized. Do you want a little bow? Do you want like a little metal ring?
I usually just do a bow because I have the ribbon.
Right. What color?
It's gold. It's the same one.
Very well. And he ties it up. Gives it not like a sailor's knot, but like definitely a more involved one that you think you would need. And then he just lets go. There we are. Hold on.
Fuck, how am I gonna get that undone?
You aren't.
Oh,
Yes. You are cursed. Good day.
I deserve this. Oh, not half bad.
What, you want me to try again?
No, I mean, it's good. It's good.
And just start with that. What? It's just like hands on his hips.
Listen, I told you I was gonna talk to you like I talk to other people.
What a luxury. But the nice thing is I know you're being honest, so that's good.
Did they happen to say whereabouts his home is?
To my understanding, his home is more in the... I wouldn't call it the lower district, but it's certainly not in the noble area. It's more
I
off
can't
on the
imagine a
side.
pious man would be too wealthy.
But a vampire hunter, maybe.
Maybe. Alright. Thank you, then.
Of course. Do you need me to be present for anything, or...?
I was considering taking Maze with me. So maybe that might be a good idea, because, oh, maybe that's a bad idea then.
Kind of cocks an eyebrow. Andrew wanted to kind of wander the city. She was interested in the concept of a girls' day.
That
So,
mad woman! What was she thinking? Girls' Day!
I mean, there's already 12 hours dedicated to girls' night. I cannot fathom what you could do for another 12 hours with that level of anarchy, but so
Girls'
be it.
time all the time.
What
Girls are
about us?
unstoppable.
No, I'm happy for her. She's... You see, like, a very small smile creep across his face. She's having fun. It's nice.
She's
Making
out living a
friends.
young gal's life in the big city.
Yes. She is having a girls' day with Fez and Duchess. Not sure what they plan to do, but happy for them all the same. But if you want me there, great. If not, great. I don't really care either way, but know that I am present if you need me.
Well, I guess a better question is, do you have other things you'd rather be doing with your day than hanging out with me and Maze and possibly another sad man?
Another sad man.
I'm assuming my father is going to be much the same level of tragic as I am.
Right, but I was curious who the first sad man was.
Points at himself.
Oh. Well, get some sugar. I don't know. It's like he crosses his arms.
Get some cheese. Never fails.
It'll make you feel better.
Yes, get a healthy snack, cheese and crackers, and if you can, a little bit of ham. But
Garrett's gonna lose his mind when we introduce him to the concept of charcuterie.
Garen just kind of looks to you. Do I look like a man who has activities planned out?
You stare
No.
at him, look directly into his mind. It's fishing. It's just fishing.
He literally was just thinking about fishing, and that's it.
Well, the fish aren't going anywhere, so... And you never know, maybe my father could teach you some fishing tricks? Maybe vice versa?
Oh god, Dad's talking about fishing. No!
It's begun!
He really considers that. Another person on equal level to me. Interesting. This is rather enticing, Redpath.
Why did you never invite me fishing? I know how to fish.
Would you want to?
Of course I would.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's nice time out in the sun.
Like a genuine, like, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't aware. I just kind of assumed.
I mean, admittedly, you were kind of busy. I don't know when you would
Like
have
I've
found
been,
the
yes,
time.
I've been terribly busy, but it's still like a hobby kind of thing. I just don't really have time for it.
All right, well, then the next time that you have time, I will make time, and we can go fishing.
Cool, great.
Good.
But yeah, I assume though once Mace has done his bath, however long that takes him, I'm probably just going to go find this man.
Very well. If that is the case, Garen kind of like looks for a clock. I guess I will wait downstairs then. When everyone is decent. Dia, be decent!
I'm not decent, I'm great.
Don't worry, I'll
Make sure-
wrangle some clothing onto her if I have to.
Get some goddamn layers on her. I will be downstairs. Perhaps I will procure a snack for us.
Sounds good.
This comes back with an entire, like, Skyrim-ass wheel of cheese.
Skyrim or Minecraft eating sound effect.
I can't believe this. They've made a platter of cheese that you could share with your friends. That is a wheel of cheese. No, it's just a little thicker than normal for a platter.
I'm gonna go invade somebody's privacy.
You got options.
Oh man, my heart is racing. Which will he pick?
Coin flip. North is heads. Oh wait, one is heads. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
One is
North
north.
heads. Cool math problem you've created for us.
One is north.
Well, you rolled
What?
it.
Oh,
Okay.
it's Dia.
Addis continues to swirl the wine glass in his platinum hand. I just don't understand. Why is it called toast if there is no bread? Why
That's a
is that?
fine question. I'm pretty sure I used to know the etymology behind the term, but it's escaping me at the moment.
Yeah, I'm coming
Unlike
in.
the second half of this bottle, pours another glass.
Oh my god.
I don't know what I should be experiencing right now, and I feel left out.
Ooh, actually, you know, I wonder if any of this tipsiness will bleed over. Oh man, I would love to see you buzzed.
She's got her fucking AirPods in talking to Addis.
Ah.
Dia, don't ignore me. Stop talking
What?
to the... Dia!
What? Yeah, what? I'm right here.
I want to read a book. I'm gonna read something.
Okay. Do you mean to me or?
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot.
I gotta get through this journal eventually, and I'm sure there's some dark secrets in here, so...
Juicy. Lay it on me.
Okay. Oh, so last I left off, I found out that my mother was stabbed while she was pregnant with me, and that's what killed her. So
Oh,
that's the
that
bar
kinda-
we're
that
starting
kind
with.
of hook.
Yeah.
What
Ah,
a bummer.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Proceed.
That's-
Just gonna tops off the glass.
That's right, Addis. It is a bummer.
I'm learning.
I am learning about tragedy.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So you continue reading, and this is Urik's journal.
Mhm.
Maybe I need some different music.
Probably.
What would I... 'cause this isn't like... I guess I'll do this. So you go back to the journal and reading through, and Dr. Urik's notes talk about the baby. One that has not been named quite yet. Apparently there have been ideas tossed around to name them Laurent. And the things that he writes down talks about how, despite everything, incredibly healthy baby. Like, definitely, like, it's hard to determine this in a baby, but definitely, like from crying and whatnot, and just a lot of shock to the body. But overall quite healthy. There is an examination of the woman that he would later determine is named Penelope Sunbreak. And the details into that discuss that upon closer inspection of the body, she was indeed an Aasimar. And the reason why he hadn't caught it right away is because it was from the stress of being stabbed, the worry of if this baby was going to make it, that she had begun to rapidly molt, but not from what was visible. It started more at like the chest and branched outward, kind of the opposite of you actually, where yours is starting at the limbs coming in. And it is described as this beautiful white marble that's kind of starts at the heart and then branched outward. But of course, when she expired, that ceased and actually began to recede to be a regular human body. His theory is that it was stress up until her death, and then there was a sense of calm and ease, knowing that this baby would be going to a kind family, and that actually reverted the molting back. There is also talk of how he was told to keep an eye out for a loved one. It was one of her last requests, but she was so weak she couldn't give a name or a description or anything. Just look out for him. And he was able to determine that it wasn't like a "be careful, they're dangerous," but a just they're important and all that. But most curiously, she made it clear that this child should stay with whoever adopts him and leave it at that. Like, regardless of who shows up, just let that be the family he gets, to keep him away from danger. The last thing that she was able to mumble, though, was Valoria, watch him. And that was all she had. So.
Surprisingly lucky woman.
Yeah. Yeah. Addis, in your mind, Dia, he's not like crying or anything, but you definitely get this like emotion of kind of, envy's the wrong word, but interest in the possibility that someone could care that much for a person that they'd never meet. Like, she went above and beyond to have this little guy come into the world. Frankly, Redpath, you are a miracle. Quite frankly.
Frankly, Redpath, you're a waste.
What a brutal
You went above
thing.
and beyond, and ooh, gotta say, not worth.
Not worth it.
But, yeah.
Oh. What do you make of it? Redpath?
I don't...
Oh.
She probably thought she didn't deserve me. I don't really know how to expand on that. If she was an Aasimar, and her line of work was killing vampires, and it hadn't manifested until that late, then she was of the mind she was doing the right thing. She was doing good for humanity, or good for her own soul, or whatever. But there's definitely going to be that level of guilt, you know? When I first read that passage, noting that she'd been stabbed, and that was, you know, the fatal problem, first thought obviously was, what kind of a person stabs a pregnant woman? But I think it's also probably more important, thinking about who I am. What kind of a pregnant person deserves to be stabbed?
Yeah. Certainly does raise an eyebrow.
She probably had quite the mouth on her.
Well, deserve is a strong word. We've all gotten stabbed plenty of times. I'd like to think we mostly don't deserve it. I suppose you could say if she cared that much, then maybe she should have stopped living so dangerously, but it's not so easy.
You can't really choose.
Yeah.
And it all happened that quickly for her too. It's interesting. At least that gives me some form of perspective. Who knows? Maybe the process of molting is more of a genetic thing in how fast it goes and how expanded it is.
Is this... You reckon this is your last one?
What do you mean?
I mean, when we're done here, it seems like you will have pretty much accomplished, as far as I know, everything you set out to do when you joined the Ebon Ward.
Oh, yes. I've made up my mind about that.
Do you think that'll help? Are you looking forward to getting back to, you know, the before times?
Oh, there's no before times left.
I don't think that's true. You still got...
I still have my family, thankfully.
Yeah.
Of course, and I still have my body, what's left of it, or what will be left of it. Unless, you know, Blackthorn rips my throat out or something. But, Sweetstone's gonna be different than it ever was. There's no real way to go back to the halcyon days I remember. But I think if I get a grasp on this, I can finally start living for myself.
Different can be better. I mean, I'm still pretty sad we weren't able to save Dr. Urich. I know that's gonna be a hole for you and for the community, but it was pretty obvious how much everyone there cared about you and liked that you were part of their lives, and none of that will have changed.
Yeah.
Do you think there was ever any chance for us to be friends, Redpath?
Possibly. I think if both of us tried to live a little less. If we were normaler people.
I don't know, you guys seem pretty normal.
I don't know what to make of that opinion.
You've got too small a sample size, Addis.
Yeah. But then we're into hypotheticals, right? Because that's whether two people who are not us could be friends.
Then I guess it hurts, and then the answer's no.
Yeah.
It would be really nice if the answer was yes. For you, or Maze, or Nash, or anybody, but... And it's a cliche thing to say, it's not you, it's me, but I absolutely know it's me. It's just the way I'm built. It's just the way my heart works, I guess.
Well, I don't think you should resign yourself to it. Maybe I wasn't the right person, maybe none of us were, but that doesn't mean the right people aren't out there.
They definitely are. It's just hard to accept. Is your bath water getting cold? I imagine it is.
No, I keep topping it up.
Oh god. The
That's
bill,
when
Diletta's
it
bill.
starts to get lukewarm, you let about a third of it out, and you bring in the new hot water. You never had a marathon bath before?
Oh, absolutely.
I
It's
can
just
make these things last all day, baby.
It's the most greedy thing a man could do.
Oh,
get all
it's
pruny.
Leviara. It's
Oh my
Leviara. You think they don't have enough water?
Oh my god.
Fair.
I don't get pruny fingers anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Huh. Well, small
That's-
conveniences, I suppose.
See, change can be good. Just need to find silver linings.
Platinum
Oh.
linings.
Indeed.
I'm gonna go see if Maze is drowned or something.
Maze, you alive?
Maze slunk into the bath. Yeah, I'm alive.
Okay, Red Path had some reason to doubt. Also, he is heading your way.
I'll make myself decent.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, well, you're not me, dear.
Thank you for listening to Story Time. Your prize is the wine. That wasn't free.
Do you think we could be friends? I don't know. Are you gonna stop being so hostile to me?
Why do you want to be friends with me? I'm a bastard.
Yeah, but that's like, why do you think we want to be friends with cats?
Oh.
Because if we can get the affection of the cat, we've won.
It's true.
I see.
You're welcome
It
for
doesn't
explaining
matter
Red
if
Path.
you're... Also, it barely matters if Red Path's a bastard or not. We've been around each other for so long that she is deeply disappointed to have not been able to become your friend.
There's still time, dear. Don't force it, obviously, but
I don't think this one's gonna work out.
the worst
I-
thing that...
I didn't even realize we weren't friends until recently, and then it hit me. I was like, oh, Red Path doesn't like talking to me or spending time with me, really. Huh. It's just that we have to spend so much time together because of our jobs. Oops. Drinks wine.
Are we friends?
Oh, we're
Because-
definitely friends. I mean, yeah, obviously we don't have a choice about spending a lot of time together right now.
Yes.
But I would say so. I enjoy your company. I certainly hope you enjoy mine.
Yes. That's nice.
Secret ticket to girls' night.
You just hear a smile.
You hear teeth.
Ugh.
But yeah.
You can come in. I'm dressed.
Okay, I was just looking at these flowers. They're really nice.
I can't see them, so.
There are really nice flowers out here.
Cool, I understand now.
Would you like to describe them in great detail or just open the door for you?
I'll get a look at them on my own time. Did you want something?
Yeah, I'm going to meet my father probably later today.
Looks at watch that isn't there. Looks up to the sky to think about what time it is.
Oh yeah, Garen's probably done eating his cheese by now, so when you're ready, I would appreciate it if you came with me because, so I feel like I should have thought of this a little bit more, but I feel like he might have some tangential involvement with things involving your mother, possibly? Because his line of work back in the day was vampire hunting with my mother, so...
Ah, is that right?
Yeah.
Maze preemptively unpins his Veritas Legion pin. Let's not have that talking piece then.
Yeah.
It's weird. I've sort of just been wearing that so long I kind of forgot it does represent the guys whom we're not terribly fond of.
Yeah, awfully lucky that it's kind of a thing that's lost to history and only the most canny of bastards and such would recognize it, so, yeah. God, yeah, that thing's old. Did we find that back in the mine?
Yeah, it's old as balls.
That's from session 1. No, session... Well, so...
The first streamed session.
Yeah, well, maybe the second. Probably the second, actually. Yeah, no, that thing is old as shit. It's one of the oldest items in this campaign.
Well, you never know. You could probably pawn that off somewhere for a good bit of cash.
Probably. It does still have the practical purpose of letting people, or shrouding my my true intentions to a small degree. Or maybe sort of thinks about that. Maybe I actually don't need this anymore.
I don't think you do.
I'm a good boy now.
I would never say that.
No, it's not that you're a good boy. You just have very obvious tells, and it's kind of never really changed.
Yeah, but it keeps holy types from detecting me and going, kill.
Ah, yes, well, he is a holy type. This is why I'm also going to be, enlisting Garen in this.
Nah, the holier the better.
It'll be great. If we walk in there and he's immediately hostile, he won't, he won't have the balls to attack us because there are two possibly more potent holy types.
I can't imagine that his default would be hostility.
Thinks about Victoria, immediately assuming you were there to kill her.
Maze, looks at you and just clocks that that's the thought. That was different.
Is it really?
You're not dressed like an assassin.
No.
You say that, but Red Path does quite resemble Chef Skyrim.
My name's Chef.
No.
Alright, so everyone wanders over to the docks?
I suppose so.
Well, is Dia coming?
If Dia wants to.
Was Dia invited?
He didn't explicitly invite her, but if he sat there and read the book to her and was like, hey, yeah, my family, whatever, then he wouldn't be like, no, you're not allowed to come. He'd be like, all right, we're heading out. She's like, oh, can I come? Be like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, I'm thinking her. Yeah, no, I think she'd be. There'd be an impulse to not come due to the sadness of the final confirmation of so we're not friends, right? No. But also, it would feel like admitting defeat to be like, alright, well, in that case, you can fucking go talk to your dead dad or whatever by yourself. I don't give a shit. Oh, no, yeah, she would come.
Okay. So, let me over to the docks. Yeah, we're probably getting to late afternoon. I don't think we're at evening or anything yet. But yeah, Garen actually kind of starts leading the way. Right, so I was told that he usually hangs out at this tavern now that he's back in town.
Oh, I hope he's not the pushy conversation guy.
That would be... There was no There's no resemblance. Zero.
Oh, hi, friends.
Keep walking, keep walking. Don't make eye contact.
We are not friends. Back off. All right, fine, fair enough. Have a nice day. That one might kill me.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know how necessary that response was.
I'm sorry, but everyone's
He's
reaction
on
was
edge.
so elevated, I felt the need to escalate, and it worked, so you're welcome.
Garen matches energy. That's his curse.
Yeah, Garen steps on in and goes up to this fellow at the counter. Excuse me, we're looking for a gentleman by the name of Jacques Sunbreak. And the elven guy at the counter is like wiping a glass. Oh yeah, he's just over there actually, just walked in. And you see over on the east side,
Oh.
there is a very tired, scruffy gentleman here. Oh,
He is a scruffy gentleman.
Aww.
Ah, you're
He's got
going
big-
gray in your patchwork, man.
yeah.
Salt and pepper. It's
Yeah.
so good.
You do notice that the right sleeve is actually tied up. He is missing an arm, and he is just leaning on the table, just kind of picking away at kind of like a little appetizer of sorts with a drink. Right. Thank you. Garen looks to Redpath.
Can I do a perception check on him and just
Sure.
like study him from afar?
You can.
Oh, also to kind of see if like he noticed we came in.
Not your day.
Not my day.
Okay.
You know, it's fair. Redpath is like out of spells at this point. He's like mentally just like, nah, I don't even care. I almost died this morning. Whatever.
Yeah. From what you can tell, he like maybe looked up for a moment just because, you know, you hear people walk in, but kind of went back to just picking away at his food. It looks like he's got like a very small thing of fruit. Just some berries and things of the sort, and he's just kind of like chowing down slowly on them.
You want to lead the charge on this one, Red, or do you want someone to break the ice for you?
I don't know if I've ever needed anybody else to introduce me.
This
just
would
don't
be an
even know what I would
appropriate
say.
time for it if you wanted it.
Yeah, sure, let's do a first time for everything.
All right, then.
Also,
Is this a
Hi,
group
Rube.
effort? I don't know if you want
Rube!
me beating you up.
Hi.
Welcome, Rube.
do you want Nash to be here as well?
I mean, do you guys?
Yes. Nash running
All right.
like, oh, sorry, I late.
Everyone in the
Oh.
bar, Nash!
How's the world treating you, Mr. Nash?
Has Diletta put bows in your hair after you got your little shower?
Sure. If Nash wants some nice, pretty bows, he can have them. He's earned them.
I mean, it's more like, might be more like ribbons in between the beads.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. So Nash comes in. What did I miss, guys? Nash!
Laugh track.
Hey,
Laugh
and
track,
then he kicks
Kramer
the
levels of
jukebox.
applause.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in time. We're gonna talk to Redpath's dad.
Oh boy.
For you, Rube, this is Jacques.
Why he Orpal?
It's the mood lighting.
Alright, well. I offered, so I suppose I'll lead the way.
He's mostly actually just sitting there watching like the way he's eating and like trying to judge like, is he appreciating that food? He better be.
Yeah, I mean, with a 10, it's hard to tell, like, the emotional state of someone eating berries is. But, like, he's enjoying them. You know, he takes a nice swig from his drink and then just goes back to eating quietly.
It's okay. If he bad, I throw him through window for you.
Oh, thank you.
I'll take the legs.
Yeah, you guys are really helping. Hello there.
This guy, like, his eyes look up first, and then he fully turns his head up. Hey, stranger, how goes it?
Goes quite alright. My name's Maze. I hear your crap. I already forgot his name. Before Rube
Jacques.
showed up, I knew what it was. Jacques.
Yeah.
I hear you're Jacques Sunbreak? Is that right?
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Maze. He sets his drink down and he extends his left hand.
And Maze shakes his hand. And while he does so, reveals that he is also missing an arm. I got a guy for that if you're interested.
Shit. Well, I wish I'd bumped into you like 20 years ago. He like laughs. I've been getting by though. That's some fancy work you got there though. Are you a salesman? Is that what this is? No offense, happy for the company. He gestures to the chair.
God, that would be one hell of a door-to-door salesman gig, wouldn't it?
Oddly specific, but you know who you're looking for.
Oh, look,
No,
they're bonding.
I'm a friend of those folks over there. Points to the collective.
We're all like awkwardly saying little waves.
Little waves.
Nash is getting a bowl of a cup
Nash
of
is
chili.
the smart man here.
Oh, they have what?
Oh, chili here, good. You should try.
Red Path reaches out an arm like, come on.
Right, no, I've got my chili now. Go, do your thing. We are here for you.
I have it on good authority that you met one of my friends who got a cup of chili just now. Arranged this meeting, I think.
Yeah, Gary. Yeah, he and I chit-chatted a bit. Quite the fisher. Yeah. He didn't really go into detail. He was mostly just curious to know I existed, and voila, he just kind of gestures to himself. I am alive, or what there is to see, at least.
That's good, at least. My red-haired friend would be quite disappointed if you were dead, I think.
Yeah, you notice that, like, after you pointed over to the group, that his eyes kept locking on to Redpath, and very specifically the hair.
Mm-hmm. You seem like a smart guy. I'm sure you can figure out where this is headed.
Yeah. Oh, shit. You notice that he kind of, like, lowers his head a bit, and it's, like, out of shame.
Just want to note, when Dia notices that he's like really looking at Redpath specifically, she takes like a half step to the side and like throws her hands out like she's fucking Vanna White showing off a car prize on the game show.
He puts a hand over his face like, oh my god.
Please stop embarrassing me. For what it's worth, he doesn't seem outright angry with you. I think he was more concerned that you would be somehow upset with him.
No, it's more, I didn't think this day would happen.
Yeah, my mother didn't think that either. The city's full of surprises.
I'm glad we have a lot in common, kid. He just kind of like, he gets a little bit of a toothy smile, but then it goes back to like,
Do you want a moment to think, or should I beckon him over?
Don't give me a moment to think, because if you do, I'm gonna jump out the window.
I respect it. Maze beckons.
All right.
Good luck.
You want us all come or?
That might overwhelm him. I don't know. He looks kind of frail of spirit.
We can sit at empty table and just
Yeah,
give looks.
yeah.
Because that's much more
Looks
comforting.
at Garen. Looks at Garen. Don't menace him, please.
I'll see what I can do. Besides, he might be a fishing comrade. Garen just plops himself down. And this gentleman stands up, very quickly realizing where you might have gotten your height from. He's like 6'2". He's a pretty tall fellow. Absolute like bean, like
Extreme
just a
bean,
beanpole. Yeah. Not much muscle on this guy, and you notice that as you're approaching, he pulled it out from under his jacket that he's wearing, a symbol of Guarana, and he is fiddling with it like frantically with his left hand. Well, hey, I'm Jacques.
He keeps like opening his mouth like he's gonna say something, and then just like nothing comes out.
I guess I think it's a safe assumption who you are, yeah.
He just nods.
Yeah. I guess I'll start with sorry. Not that that really has much value, and you deserve more than that, quite frankly. Unfortunately, that's really all I have. I can give more. I just don't know what you'd want.
Are you enjoying your meal?
I am. But as your mom always said, food's better with company. And he like gets like a little smile. It's a sad one though.
All right. He reaches over and takes the plate, starts eating the berries.
Eats your berries.
He like looks down and then looks up to you. Please have some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're Penny's kid.
Oh, is she rude too?
Let me tell you this much. She was good to me and no one else. She's very particular of who received her warmth. Everyone else got ice. That's just the kind of woman she was. Before this goes any further, what did that nice family name you? Just so I have something to go off of.
Laurent Joshua Redpath.
Laurent.
My god, is this the Redpath middle name reveal? Has it ever been said before?
Several times, Aram.
Oh my god, is that a spider statue?
Jacques kind of nods a couple times. Laurent. That's a good name. You don't hear that often. I like that. They did a good job. I was worried.
Leviarin.
It is very Leviarin, yeah. I was worried they were going to call you like John or something.
Oh, a normal name like yours?
How dare you?
It's very normal. You have the Leviarin equivalent of the normal name.
Ah,
You are Jack.
No. It's
Yes.
Jacques. It's fancier.
Okay,
He like leans in his chair.
There's a literal linguist over there. I could just get her to tell you that I'm right.
No, I don't do that.
I'm a backup linguist, and I can tell you he's right.
Stop eavesdropping.
Still got this from my old days. Pulls out a fucking vampire killer crossbow.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Jacques kind of like leans on the chair and throws his left arm around the back of it. Yeah, so, sorry, I kinda didn't think this would be a thing.
Oh, do you assume I was dead?
No, I knew you were alive. I knew exactly where you were the whole time. But I wanted to respect your mother's wishes and my own beliefs. And you see him reach back down to the Guarana emblem. You deserved a kind family. One that wasn't involved in the bullshit that your mother and I had gotten involved in. So, I left you be. And I realize that's not fair to you, but he just kind of like gestures. You didn't want to be a part of this. Like,
You're right, I didn't.
there's no shocked reaction. He just like nods, like, oh, thank God, good.
It's more or less my line of work now, and I don't like it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
A lot of good. Ah, shit. Well, believe me when I
you can
said
blame that on the gods. I think that's a little trick of fate from them.
Which one?
Both, really.
It was more than two, but
The one's important to you two.
he nods. I would believe Valoria would do that first. Karana's a peaceful goddess. I only started dabbling in the whole. Well, if you are, based on the fact of what you said earlier, you must know. I only got in that line of work just because, you know, it helped people, and your mom took a shine to me. We hit it off, and yeah, we were quite the duo. I actually had to rein your mother in a couple times because, like I said, she was good to me and no one else. She had tactics I didn't agree with. They were efficient, to be sure, but it wasn't until we started really working together and becoming more intimate that I was able to rein her in from her usual path.
Probably good that she had someone like you, then.
He just like his lip kind of like curls up. Yeah, I was lucky to have her. I needed someone to push me outside of my box. I was very much the sort of person that, well, he gestures, that I am now. I find a hole and I stay there. But she gave me some light, dragged me out.
Are you happy living down that hole again?
No. But I didn't want to go out too far or anything like that because I was concerned if anyone still wanted my head, they might figure out you existed.
Wouldn't
So
that
back
have been a surprise? They come to try and get me and I whoop their ass.
Yeah, you are Penny's kid. Even do your hair the same way.
Great. You know, my mother's probably to blame for that, actually. The mother that raised me.
Anasia, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. I only spoke to her once or twice, but she was real sweet. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that you got involved in my line of work. That's not what I wanted for you. I was very content for you to just be a baker in a small town.
I was really good at it for a long time, and I'm still good at it, and, hopefully, I'll get back to it once I'm done here.
Good. Yeah. Sorry. I don't really know what else is there anything you wanted to know?
No, well, yes, of course there is. I just... It's making a lot of sense now. Things are clicking.
What parts?
I feel like words don't come easily for you either, do they?
No. Frankly, I'm a bit shit at it. Especially when I'm nervous. Because I let your mom do the talking. And that was usually a really poor decision.
God. Sort of weird equilibrium there.
Mm-hmm. She was something else, all right.
What happened at the end there? I gotta know.
Yeah, it's your right. So, Penny and I, we, as I said, we were hunting vampires and dampiers and whatnot, other undead as well, because we're both holy people, and it's good specialized money, you know? And we hit it off, and you know, I couldn't help but notice that she was molten more and more, because there was a point where when she's hunting vampires, it wasn't because it was the right thing to do anymore. It was because she felt it was justice that they needed to die. She'd had some family that was killed by vampires, and, well, she took that, do the next, what you would assume was a logical step, and then kept going. In any case, I told her that this had to stop. It was inhumane, these tactics, the brutality of it all. So I suggested maybe we settle down. We had enough gold, and plenty of gold. And she thought about it and agreed. And when she found out that she was pregnant was when she really understood that it was maybe time to put the sickles up to rest for good.
And you guys use sickles.
She did.
Oh my god.
Like I said, she was brutal. They called her the Harvester. Yeah, no, listen, he like leans forward. I cannot stress this enough. Your mom was brutal. But didn't help that one of the last jobs that she was involved with, she used some vampires as kind of bait almost. Weakened one and told them that they could leave. Used them to follow them back to the den and cleaned house. She missed a spot. And so when we were on our way to Sweetstone, it's going to be our place to, you know, retire, I guess. It's a city of Valoria and Garana in some respects, and we'd visited multiple times, so let's stop there. Well, on the way in the night, our wagon got attacked by, wouldn't you know, spots she missed. And it went bad fast. She got stabbed a couple times, and I actually took a crossbow bolt. He gestures to his right arm, kind of in the elbow, and it latched me to the wagon. Yeah. I did the best thing I could think in the moment, which is not smart when you're panicked and want to make sure the person you love makes it. Cut off my arm, got the vamps off of her, and did my best to get her on a horse. And she rode off into the dark. I was able to get rid of the rest and at least weaken the ones that tailed her. It wasn't until the next morning when I woke up from the bloodbath I could go into town and, well, I found out she was dead. But I found out that you didn't both die. So I talked to this nice orc doctor guy, I think his name was Urek.
Mm-hmm.
And, asked if I could see the body. I just said I was a friend, and he allowed it. And, don't judge me. He put the hand out. We're holy people, and I needed to know. I used to speak with Dead to learn what she wanted for you. And she said to leave you be. So I did. I'm really sorry, Laurent. I still think it was the right choice, though.
Oh, absolutely.
You notice that, like, he's tearing up a bit, but he gets a genuine smile of, like, I did one thing right.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I had, like, words of comfort for you or something, or convenient segues, but...
Oh, no. It's fine. It's fine. I'm a little conflicted because a part of me is like, shit, you're here. We dropped the ball. But
no, this is my fault.
No. But I'm also thankful because it's an honor to meet you, sir.
Oh, don't do that. No.
Okay, sorry. Like, looks down.
Do you have any names of the vampires who did it, or the ones that killed her family?
He kind of shakes his head.
I'm not a vengeance kind of guy. I'm well, not anymore, really. I just like to be informed.
I wouldn't worry about them because they are done. Those are the
swinging
last...
like a fucking champ.
He just nods. I made sure that they were the last ones, and after that night, I kept my promise to her.
And you learned how to fish.
I knew how to fish. It's not that hard.
You learned how to fish better.
Yeah, I did. I also was looking into learning how to sew like your mom. It's kind of hard.
What kind of stuff did she make?
All her clothes, all my clothes. He gestures. His turtleneck. She made it for me.
Damn, that's old. That thing's got a smell.
Shut up. I like it. You know, she's a follower of Valoria, and her craft was sewing, like just needlework in general. Really fancy stuff. You should have seen her cloak. Holy shit. Yeah. He kind of like gestures around. I wish I had a picture for you.
I don't know if you really need one. Kind of have my own mental image of her, and if it changes, that would be a little bit weird, but I think now looking at you and seeing how I look, I think I was pretty close.
I mean, I could probably get something. I just don't keep it on me. You do have a lot from her, though.
Tell you what, if you have a small picture of her, I could get a painting made for you.
He really thinks about that.
But no, it's fine.
What?
Nothing.
That doesn't sound like nothing, Laurent.
It's gonna
Don't
be
be-
expensive, but like, I have money, never mind. You
No,
have
no,
money
no.
anyway.
I I would pay for it. And then, just as a reminder, if you have forgotten, you do have the orb.
He doesn't like the orb.
Fair.
Redpath doesn't care for the orb.
The orb of cutscenes, that orb? I don't know about that orb.
It's definitely the best way to get a visual on her.
Rob your dad blind.
Yeah, I just need 30,000 gold for this payment.
I am your long lost son. Give me 30,000 gold.
I am a prince and I need your help.
You're
desperately.
disgusting. I'm gonna kill you. Give me
Give me
$200.
5,000 gold.
There's a way that you could at least see her again if you wanted to, but I'm not sure if I want to.
You notice that he, like, kind of sits up more proper. The most, like, proper he sat this entire time. What do you mean?
Maze, who carries that thing?
I am gonna need you to be one layer more specific than that.
I wasn't around when you guys were using it. It was the thing, the orb thing, not the cold one, the other orb.
Oh, the other orb.
Circle.
I think that's Dia's orb.
Dia.
Dia, do you have that orb?
You're gonna need to be more specific.
The cutscene orb.
The powers have given me many orbs.
We used the other orb.
Yeah, no,
What?
the orb, the one that lets us speak to dead people. That orb. Or not speak to them, but like see them.
View them, yes.
Yeah.
That orb. The orb of, yes. Fumble, fumble, fumble. Yeah, she produces what we have termed the orb of cutscenes.
We daisy chain the orb of cutscenes.
Alright, so first things first, probably gonna want it somewhere secluded to use this if you do want to. It was made by vampires, that is where we stole it from, so that's a little feather in your cap.
Oh, God, Penny'd love that.
Too bad, she can't say no.
You are Penny's kid. Yeah. Okay. So how does this work exactly? It's gotta be
somewhere that she was at some point. Ideally, somewhere where not a whole lot of other people were too, so it's easier to fine-tune.
Best not outdoors.
No, not outdoors at all.
We're pretty close to a window, so I'm gonna count that as outdoors.
I mean, as long as you're, like, in a building. That's, like, basically, the walls, regardless of windows, create a boundary. Right, we used to go, to the churches pretty consistently. Here, just gestures. Yeah, I mean, off the top of my head.
Where was your favorite place to be?
Well, our favorite place was just be on the docks.
Oh,
But
that's a no-no then. Sorry,
That's
Mom.
a no-no. Yeah. Let me look at my little Leviara. Where else would they have been? Because this is a big old city.
Sure is.
Oh, do we still have juice for it?
Yeah, it's got like one juice left in it.
Yeah, it's still got some juice. Yeah. I guess. Yeah, I suppose probably. Yeah, I mean, here is definitely one of the best options.
We can do it here then.
Yeah. Here, what I'll also do is, like, people have also just been leaving because they've finished their meals and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy has gone to the back room. You don't need to worry about him anymore.
We are now the ghosts.
We are now the
Yeah.
ghosts. Yeah, I wasn't the one to mostly handle this thing. Dia, help me out here.
Sure. Well, you gotta plug in who you're trying to make contact with, Penelope Sunbreak. And yeah, somewhere where the person spent a lot of time, and ideally where there weren't a huge number of other people spending time a lot.
So, sort of a bum point on that second one.
Yeah, sorry. It's not too hard to like flip through for names because like you can also just like say a name and it will.
Yeah, we
like,
can control F Penelope.
Yeah, and like thankfully Penelope and especially the last name Sunbreak, not super common. Now, if you were looking up Jacques, you were fucked.
Jacques Smith.
What's another track I could switch to?
I asked the prestigious job of Jack Smith.
Hey, that's the guy who fixes your car. Be nice.
Yeah, so you activate the orb?
Yeah, we activate the orb of cutscenes.
Yeah, you activate the orb, and you hear doors slam open to the other side of the room because it just plays out one of the most recent memories. Yeah.
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yo, my mom is a rock star!
She's got serious rocker chick energy. Wow.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
not what I was
Oh
expecting.
no.
Me either.
Yeah,
No.
rock and roll's bitchin'. Right on.
Fuck.
She comes in, all of us
Her
are
cape!
shocked.
Wasn't this a member of Tripwire's band?
Oh my god! My mom is pink!
Yeah. So one of the first things that you notice about her, even if she didn't like yell when she walked in, slamming the door, really solidifying her, you would have heard her outfit. It is so many vibrant colors, clearly a follower of Valoria. And as she like twirls into the room, you notice that her long cloak on the back is actually a just beautifully hand-sewn like just scenery of like the road and a sunset. It is so much all of the time. And she comes in. Jacques, what are you doing there, dear? You've been waiting for me. And she just prances on over and phases right on through Dia. And like, you notice that the way she grabs the chair, she like spins it around, clearly trying to sit in it cool girl style, and just like crosses her arms over the back of it. All right, you wanted to have a nice little conversation with me, and I have decided that I like you enough to make some time for you. And she like reaches across the table and clearly grabs what must have been his drink, and takes a couple swigs. Oh, that's good stuff. Good order there. And you notice that Jacques is dumbfounded that she's just here. And he starts to mouth the words that you hear her memory bring up. Yeah, I've been thinking a bit more about her recent jobs, and your molten's been getting pretty bad. Right, yeah, sure. To be certain, it's not exactly ideal, but it's like a little bit more armor. And she like tinks on her neck, and you can like hear it impact of stone on stone as even though her hands are gloved, clearly are also stone at this point. Yeah, I know. But like when we did take that, break, it helped you a lot. Like your lower jaw isn't stone anymore. She like reaches up and cups it. Right, it is nice to taste things again. All right, what are you getting at there? maybe this last job should be the last one. What? Oh, come on, Jacques. Are you really gonna back out now? I'm just saying. Maybe you've finally earned that break. Maybe we both do. She's like, kind of screws her face up a little bit, almost annoyed, but then softens a bit, because she realizes who she's talking to. All right, Jacques. What did you have in mind then? Well, we've been talking more and more about Sweetstone. Why don't we think about setting up there? Taps her chin. Maybe. Tell you what, I've got a counter offer for you, and I'm sure Valoria would be most impressed with this decision. Why don't we wander the country just a little bit, like up the east coast here? We've got Anchors Up, we've got Camry and all that. And if nothing there is what we're looking for, then why not Sweetstone? Because that is quite possibly the nicest place we've ever been. Yeah, see? Like, and, you know, we can just, maybe we can pick up farming. You could pick up farming. I'm not doing that. I'll do like painting and things of the sort there. Sure. I mean, we've got enough money that it'll be fine. So, are you willing to try this? For you, my masterpiece, yes. I would do this for you. But you better keep me entertained. She gets up and twirls. I'll go get the wagon ready, all right? Don't you dare be late. And get snacks. It's going to be a long road, all right? You got him. All right. And she gets up and she is just humming and singing to herself the whole time, basically dancing as she goes, until she walks out. And she gets to the door, goes out the door frame, leans back, blows him a kiss, and then slams the door as hard as possible.
Oh my god, your mom was a catch.
I was just gonna say, she seems very much like your kind of person.
Yeah, wow. Not what I expected.
Yeah, she was really out of my league. Just like, you notice that he's like kind of tearing up again.
I think for some reason I was expecting someone more similar to the Fournier Deschamps. Like that type of atmosphere. And what I got was...
No, come on,
wow.
She's a city girl.
I know. I appreciate that now. Wow. Sorry, this isn't
Keep
my
it in
moment,
your
but
pants, dear.
That's my dead mom! Yeah. Well, shit, I didn't think it'd do that one. Just like kind of clears his throat. Oh.
Yeah, we can get a painting of that.
You got enough paint? You're gonna need every color.
I think I will find enough paint.
Maze's eyes are darting around where she was, still doing visual calculus about it. I think I might be able to.
Jacques kind of looks between the two of you and nods. Laurent, thank you. I know you didn't want to see that, but that meant a lot to me. I miss my sunshine. Sorry you didn't come to see an old man cry. Jesus.
I kind of did, actually.
You sick fuck. Zero hesitation.
I'd be more concerned if you weren't moved by that in any way or any of this.
Yeah. Yeah, she, you know, it's cliche and she'd describe it as pathetic. She can. She really was my everything.
Sometimes all you need is one.
Yeah. You just need one sometimes. I don't know how I can repay you, because I mean, if you're also doing this painting, that would be huge. I'm happy to help where I can. There's not a whole lot I can do, but you know, if you need fish,
Well, you'll have to talk to another person for that, but I do have something in mind. You're not gonna like it, but it hopefully...
butter me
if
up
you do-
first.
Yeah, no. If you do your job right, then I should be able to live a long and happy life.
He gets really serious and say that. Okay, what you have in mind?
Teach me about what you guys used to do. Your tips and tricks.
Yeah?
It will help keep me alive, inevitably.
It goes against what your mom said, but like he very quickly puts a hand out like, don't worry, I'm adding on. But I think she'd understand if it meant keeping you alive.
Maze internally, oh thank goodness, because like if he didn't ask, I was going to. It makes way more sense that he brought it up.
Yeah. I did it for years. I know all the tricks, I know all the tips. Yeah, obviously some things I can't teach you just because he once again
Learned skills.
No, that's not even just learned skills. It's he holds out the emblem of Garana again. You know, a lot of my stuff is earth-based.
Oh, well, lucky me.
Will he summon rocks? He may summon rocks.
Stone wall!
No. No, I don't have any of my little rocks, but,
No, lucky me. I have a little bit of that as well.
Oh. Yeah, because one of the things I used to do is I would just stone shape any nearby dirt or rocks into stakes. Really easy stuff. Oh yeah, it's useful. Yeah, obviously I don't really have any of that shit on me now.
No, this will be another thing. This will be for another night. I'm going to track you down again at some point, and I won't talk your ear off.
I appreciate that concern, but I don't think you could.
No, I was going to say I won't talk your ear off because I can't.
That's fair.
So we agree then.
we are of the same mind.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'll head on home. Here. He like reaches over for a little piece of scrap paper, and you see, I guess, yeah, he could probably do this. He reaches down and like drags his finger along the stonework, and you see where it is. It just cleanly picks up that stone, and then he just starts writing with it as it turns into like a mud substance, and then he flicks his wrist and the mud turns into a solid kind of stone on the piece of paper. There. That's where I live. You
didn't have a pen?
No, I wanted to kind of show off I can do cool shit. What, you want to learn things from me? I gotta prove I can do something.
You're a one-armed ex-vampire hunter. Like, of course you're gonna be able to do cool shit.
Well, yeah, but you know, kids these days, you gotta prove it.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, he gestures. If you looked at me, would you have thought I fought vampires with one hand?
Looks over at Maze. Yeah.
Oh, well, that doesn't count. Wait, he does too?
I mentioned I'm in a line of work. I wouldn't just show up with, like, you know, just regular people.
Yeah, Maze reaches into his pocket and pulls out the Veritas pocket watch. We've been busy.
I hope you collected that and aren't flaunting that.
It can be both.
I wouldn't do both. Yeah. Cool. He like stands up and kind of dusts himself off a bit and tucks the emblem in his turtleneck once again. Thanks for helping me break a promise.
Oh, anytime.
Yeah, you just you swing on by whenever. You got a favorite drink or something?
No. What's your favorite meal?
Oh. Favorite meal? Boy, I haven't done cooking in a while.
Yeah, you clearly don't eat very well.
Takes a berry.
Here, have a berry. I do love a good shrimp Alfredo.
Oh, yeah, that checks out. All right.
It's not super fancy, but hell, man, I just like it.
Garen, do you know how to catch shrimp?
I will try.
You need
Is
like
shrimp one of the ones where you just put like a trap in the water and you come and collect it later?
yeah, you use like a net for
Thought
shrimp.
it was big net.
Yeah, it's big net.
It's
Yeah.
big net. Big net for little shrimp.
I don't know if that's Garen's speed. I think Garen
Are you
thirsts
doubting
for...
him?
I mean, if he wants to go at it with a rod, he can be my guy.
I mean, I just think he seems like he would enjoy the thrill of the hunt more.
I was about to have him go, I have teeth.
I'm like, yes, you do, buddy.
You know that fucking picture? It's like the little MS Paint drawing of the person with something in their teeth, and then they go like.
I was thinking of the guy crawling out of the beach.
With the beach with the fish in his mouth, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a tiny shrimp.
God. Yeah. Jacques stands up and as he walks on by, he's like, you don't seem the hugging type. And that's super fair. But
She was, though, wasn't she?
yeah.
All right, come here.
And he puts a hand out, only if you want to. I don't want to make you uncomfortable, kid.
No, it's fine. I really deserve a hug. I think I really need a hug, actually. Yeah, uh-huh.
I think I do too. Come here.
Okay.
And he wraps his one arm around you, nice and tight. Not like enough to hurt you
Not
or
like
anything, but
vampire death hug.
it's a hug that's just like I've been kind of waiting and needing one for about 20 years.
Everyone
Bro,
claps.
me too!
Everyone claps.
Don't make it fucking weird.
What, we just land a plane? Like
The movie's done.
he holds you for a little bit and pats you on the shoulder a couple times, and then he lets go. Yeah. All the same though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually genuinely excited to have a cooked meal from you. But please, if I can bring something, can I at least do the ingredients or something?
Yeah, okay. How about... Well, do you want to go and get some shrimp with him someday?
Garen looks up. I would enjoy a fishing comrade. Yes. Yeah. Shit, you busy now, Garen? No. I'm not busy, actually.
Hell yeah, shrimping dudes. Just guys being dudes. Dudes rock.
Dudes rock. Yeah. Well, if you don't mind me borrowing your +1 of +4, we'll go get that now. Get something fresh.
Sounds good.
He just like pats you on the shoulder. Nice finally meeting you, Laurent.
I don't know if it's nice meeting you yet. My brain
Well.
doesn't go that fast.
I'm glad my first impression was so lackluster you haven't decided yet. All right, Gary, let's go. Yes. Well, good day, everyone. I have a friend. Just like the two, they start chitty-chatting, and like Jacques even like, so you've been Even the one like renting. Yes, they say that they rent out your boat while you're gone. Yeah. On the positive side, I can pay for it. Oh, how generous of you with your boat.
They're gonna get along. Dudes rock.
Dudes rock.
Dudes rock.
Be bold.
Be bold.
Well, I liked him.
I just imagine him shouting, "Be bold," and grabbing him and hurling him into the sea like a javelin.
Yeah. You just kind of sit there. You even see them like walk past the window at a certain point, and they're just chatting away. And you see Jacques actually gets a hearty laugh as they go.
Penny for your thoughts, Red?
Penny, it's a pun.
Ha!
I knew he'd be sad, but
But goddamn.
Oh, is pun.
no,
Yeah.
that's exactly the kind of sad that I am. And I didn't even lose anything.
I wouldn't say it's the same kind of sad. He's so sad his eyes got all sunken in about it.
I'm like 5 years away from that.
How will anyone ever know? It wasn't what
think that went pretty good.
It did, yeah.
Man, he didn't think you were gonna kill him. So it went better than it went for me.
Yeah, I guess I have you to thank for that. You kind of did break the ice pretty well there.
Anytime. Though I don't think I'll need to do it again, to be honest.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, if you somehow had a third father, that would really throw me through a loop.
I mean, we already know Garen, so I guess that doesn't work. What's your read on Garen family status? Father figure, uncle you only see at holidays, grandpa.
Do you mean like as a person in general, or in
His
terms of-
relationship as surrogate family to you? Is he like the neighbor that you talk to over the yard and you never see his mouth?
He's an enigma. No, that is a good comparison. That last one, yeah.
You think you're gonna
Wonder
come
if
and
Jacques will find out where he takes strong fish.
Oh yeah.
Amazing pull, Rube.
I mean, I was thinking about it, but yeah. Yeah,
We'll finally have a man on the inside.
It'll take some real man-to-man bonding for him to get those secrets out, though.
Yeah, that's true. He wouldn't even show Andrin. Does Garen... It makes me wonder, does Garen have, like, a secret dark side that we don't know about? Or is he just a profound weirdo?
I think he's just he is an enigma.
Well, he's a helpful enigma, at least.
I just envision Garen on a boat with Jacques. They've been silent for like 2 hours, and Garen just goes, "This is nice. Just dudes being guys."
They're sitting there silently for 2 hours. I'm putting all the fish in a cove.
I thought if I made a new ecosystem, they would fight and evolve to be stronger, better fish.
Garen, isn't that your tragic backstory? Shut up.
This is how I cope!
This is my coat cave.
Some people make fight pits to cope.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You ready to head out, or you just want to sit for a while?
I gotta walk it off. I know I said I'm tired of walking, but now I have like all this thinking to do. And walking helps. Thank you guys for sitting in for that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Oh god, they'll let anybody in here.
Hey, we're getting a pretty good reputation these days. We're not just anybody now.
That's not what I meant.
You see Art again at the counter. Yeah, 3 cups. Fuck it.
Ah, him.
Oh my god, Artie.
Hey! He throws a hand up.
You buying a round for the table?
No.
Don't
This
worry,
one-
the
regret
cup's
that.
kinda small.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's just buying the correct amount of chili.
Yeah, you know what? I thought I'd treat my 3 favorite people. Me, myself, and I.
He took that from me. I told him that one.
Yeah, it's a good joke.
It is good.
I'm glad you
So.
cherish it.
I do, to the point where I will share it with others and never give credit unless the author is here. So, he just takes a... You see that he's got, like, the cups of chili have, like, a little cap on them, and he has them balanced precariously in one hand, and then he's, like, eating from the third one that's stacked on top.
Ugh, that is a massacre waiting to happen.
Well, it's fine. So, what are you guys up to?
Well, we just met my sad father, who I've never met before.
You met your dad?
Yeah. See,
Fuck.
massacre waiting to happen.
No,
I
I-
orchestrated it.
I got it. I only lost a little bit. Shit. Congrats. I don't even know what to say to that.
I don't know either. Things make more sense now, but I guess I'm out of questions now. And I wasn't expecting to be.
Is that good?
I don't know.
Sounds good.
You gotta walk it off.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Your Majesty. Gestures to let you walk on by.
Maze is in the way.
Alright, fine, I'll have it.
Thank you.
You said that, but then you stepped diagonally anyway.
That is what we call control.
We'll probably see you tomorrow, Artie. We gotta go over and talk to the people in the big house.
Oh, I mean, actually, I was sent here to give you a ride to the big house if you
That's a
needed
tonight thing.
If you want to. They just sent me over here in case you felt like it. If you don't, then I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy chili for a while.
What would make Oleander more pissed off?
Yeah, if
Oh.
we're punctual or if we're late. What if we show up and then wait long enough for him to think we're not coming?
Yeah, we'll just sit on the boat. We'll idle.
Yeah,
for
we'll
a
just
bit?
hang out.
What, like I drive you to the house, you don't leave the boat, and then I drive you back? Is that what you're asking me? Because I'll do it. I don't give a shit.
You bring us over to the house. We sit in the boat for like 20, 30 minutes, and then we go in. When he's like, all right, I'm gonna go get my slippers on. You know, that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
You know, just to
Yeah.
be general jerks.
I mean, that sounds funny, but also kind of a waste of our time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do
you're
we
the
have
11th
anything
hour.
else to do today?
Pointedly, we don't.
I suppose that's true. Huh.
I mean, more would feel bad waste Amaranth time.
That's
Yeah. I wonder if we could... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I want to make this abundantly clear. Amaranth does not care if you show up today or tomorrow. Just when is most convenient for her is fine by her. She just sent me here in case you did want to go now. I am readily available instead of you having to wait. She does not want you to be waiting.
true. I mean, like, we may as well go now.
Might as well, yeah. We're all here.
All
Yeah,
right.
And I can pace on the boat.
There you go. That's the spirit. I already dropped a couple other people off there. So if you want, I still gotta get the boat, like, set up. So if you wanted to go walk off a little bit, like, by all means, feel free to do so. Oh, don't worry, Maze. I'll go around. He just, like, swooses on out.
He's considerate, too. See, he's not just anybody. I can see why you're buddies with him, though.
We mesh well.
You got a lot in common, yeah.
Alrighty. Here, if everyone can stop moving for just a moment.
My legs.
Yeah, because then, oops, I don't want to grab that random stranger.
Why not?
I just noticed sticks to steaks. That's so funny, Aram.
Sticks to steaks.
Sticks
Sticks to steaks.
Stirks. Foot dive. Let's see here. Wait, why did that only copy 2 of you? What?
The
Why
other
did
ones
that
are
not-
dead. They're ghosts.
I didn't bring. Oh no, there they are. They showed up late.
We've
Oh
had
God.
the orb on for so long, we never noticed.
The orb.
It has many powers.
Let's see here, and then I need that. Then there, Art again, because he'd be leading the pack. This map does take a while to load.
Ba-dum, boom, ba-boom, ba-boom.
And then I will ping. Boop. Let's also get the heist.
Yeah, let's get a different track going. We've been having too mellow emotional a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta bring the sillies.
So, yeah, you guys all pop off the boat. Artigan is now down to his last cup of chili, and he is just chowing down as he walks. Yeah, so, they're probably ready for you whenever is most convenient for you.
Well, that's now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if, the others are here as well. But,
Who
yeah.
are the others?
Well, Brutus and Bernice, obviously. I mean,
Right.
they are
Oh.
as they are described, the greatest treasures, which is still remarkably charming, I must say.
Yeah. Whose idea was that name? Do you know?
If I was paid to care about it, I would, but
No, that makes sense.
yeah, if I had to guess, he like spins around. If it wasn't the first person who made the Horde of House Hersif, it's absolutely Amaranth who came up with it.
I suppose we'll ask her then.
Yeah, you get to this nice little pagoda thing, and it's like very pleasant under here. You do know that one of the things is that when you're under it, there's actually some little red lights and orange lights that kind of have the texture of water that kind of flicker on and off. It's really pleasant. It kind of reminds you of the Horde of House Hersif in a weird way.
Yeah.
Gross.
Artigan comes up. Lady Amaranth. Artigan. Amaranth, hi, they're here. He just gestures. Oh, excellent. Welcome once again to our humble estate. Oh, no, sorry. Cut that. I don't want to say humble. It makes you sound like a prick. Welcome. She just gestures. Are you all ready to have our meeting?
Yeah. Are we gonna do it out here, or are we going to your nice dining hall?
I figured we'd go inside. I mean, if you want to have it out here, I'm not opposed to it. I certainly enjoy the smell of the sea salt and the crashing of the waves. It's very pleasant.
I mean, we haven't had a scene out here. Yeah, sure. Let's just have it
All
out
right.
here.
What I will do... actually, I have an idea. She casts a small smell.
Sniff, sniff.
Small snip. She casts a small spell and points to the west. And Bernice, Brutus, I'm so sorry to request this, but it would be easiest for you. Would you mind bringing out a table and some chairs? Thank you so much. And it's not long until here. Let me grab an asset. If I
Plonk, and I hope Oleander has to go around us to get to his appointments.
and then boop. At a certain point, these two come out and they set down the entire dining room table. Artigan's like, wow,
crushed.
this is great. I'm going back to the boat. And as these two kind of step off to the side, it's not long until a familiar face comes walking out. Oh, yes, I'm happy to get everyone's orders because I know it's going to be a fancy meeting, but I'd love to prepare lunch, dinner for you all. Artigan's like, I guess I could stick around a little bit.
Well, free food's free food, you know.
Oh, hello, Artie. Hey. Gives a little wave back. Amaranth kind of gestures over. You know me, just a nice big hot cocoa. Absolutely. Everyone else?
You know what? I'll take a hot cocoa too. Fuck it.
Oh! Amaranth sits down. Oh, look at you.
Alright, I gotta see what's so special about it now, too. Even though, you know, I don't need a hot drink on a day like today after what happened, but, you know.
All right.
I already too hot. Can't drink hot.
And I don't mean to be rude. I don't think I want to give you a hot cocoa.
It will kill him, yes.
It will kill him.
Oh, that what cocoa is?
Yeah, that's what cocoa is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not short for coconut.
Which is weird, right?
He actually looks to the side. He thought it was short for coconut.
I was shocked myself. I'll be right back. Dia, was there something that you wanted?
Oh man. I think I had some really nice wine the last time we were here, but I am already just at the edge of tipsy, so I will take a cold cocoa, thank you.
A chocolate bar it is. I'll be right back.
That's in its solid alright.
I mean,
I'll figure it out.
it's
I
cold
trust her.
relatively, you know?
Yeah, so she walks out. You see Embernice kind of like sitting there a little sheepish, and Brutus like, go on. Okay. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi,
Alice.
Are you
Bernice.
feeling alright?
I'm really
do you need some
sorry.
help?
Sorry, hit you a lot.
No, I'm sorry. I know I bopped you guys really hard. I was just doing my job. I'm really sorry.
No, it was part of the arrangement. I was more concerned for you. Like I said, we weren't playing for keeps. Like, you could just tap out when we hurt you too much. It was fine.
No, not at all. She like gives a big salute. My job is to protect the Hersif family at all costs.
Yeah, but it's just a test, you know?
No, I will not do so.
No, I could tell she wasn't. He like holds where his ribs broke.
I was honestly, like, obviously, Embernice, you took a lot more physical harm. I felt worse when you came in, Brutus. You were so clearly just legitimately actually upset, and oh man. And then I had to keep you away from, she was right there. I felt really bad about that.
Brutus, his hands behind his back. Yes, I did get rather heated in there. I apologize for that. You know, I didn't think my little niece would get hit so hard. Like, it really hit, like, man, I knew that this was a dangerous job, but then actually seeing it, like, dude.
Holy fuck.
And Embernice, like, pats him on the shoulder. Oh, Uncle, it's fine. I bounced back real easy. You know me, a couple, like, 20, 30 minutes on the skip it, and I get back into shape, no problem. and Brutus just nods, yes, I know how much you like that.
I don't know.
It's all the same. Thank you all for doing your best, and ensuring that no one was too hurt. I really appreciate that, because you could have very easily, based on what I saw, your capabilities, you could have been quite brutal, and I appreciate the restraint. Yeah.
Well, oh yeah, sorry about the property damage also. We were running very short on time, so we took an extreme route to get that last vault open. If it's any consolation, I got hit in the face with not one, but two heavy metal doors as a result.
Right. I must have been out for that part.
Yeah.
I woke up and things were kind of messed up. It isn't too long until you hear some doors opening and slamming as someone comes walking out. I'm sorry. Why the fuck's the dining table out here?
Hello, Oleander.
Hi, Maeve.
It's called al fresco.
What?
Eating outside. There's only 4 chairs over there.
Yeah. I'll sit with Red, I guess. He like pulls the chair out and sits down next to Redpath. Right. So I'm a little surprised to have you guys here. Amaranth didn't feel the need to bring this up. Why are they here, Amaranth? Oh, well, I mean, I don't think I should have the right to bring it up. And Tabitha walks out and starts setting down nice hot cocos in front of everyone. And then for you, Dia, she actually gives you like a cold cocoa drink. It's like it's chocolate milk.
It's chocolate milk, yeah.
Yeah. But she does also like bring out some little bowls of fruit and things like that as an appetizer before like an actual meal is presented. And Amaranth gestures to you. Yes, why are we here today?
If I recall correctly, we're here to give you a debriefing on how our breaking into the Horde of House Arsef went.
Sorry, it's not the smoke, it's my surprise. When you say that, they weren't like successful, right? He takes his glasses off and like looks at you with his old beady eyes.
It's gonna be a thrilling story, Oleander.
Ami? Oh, I'm sorry. Are you mad at me? I wasn't paying attention. So, she claps her hands together. I think we need to start with, well, we'll just start at the very beginning. Brutus, she reaches up and Brutus quickly extends outward a large blueprint, and she sets it on the table. Now, obviously, if you would be so kind to elaborate when you are pointing at something to tell me where you are pointing so that I understand what you are doing, I would greatly appreciate that.
Of course.
Thank you. So, this is, of course, the Horde of House Hersif.
Right.
Here, and then I can just, once again, show to players. Just the classic, you have this information already.
Of course.
Yeah, she sets that in front of you and is like, I would love to know what sort of process you did to get through the first line of defenses.
Well, before we get into it, allow me to say up front that despite us making it as far as we did, we were by and large woefully underprepared. Had we been better prepared, I think we actually would have been able to get through it scot-free, frankly.
I agree.
Really? That is embarrassing to say the least. Not of your abilities, I assure you, of our defenses. And Embernice, like, kind of sniffs a bit.
We didn't have any knowledge of anything past the incinerator, actually. Well, barely any.
Mm-hmm.
I was very disappointed. I've been saying this in every chance I get, but man, can't believe people thought it was remotely impressive that Hunch made it as far as he did. He basically took one step inside and noped out, as it turned out.
My guy essentially got to the foyer.
I don't particularly blame him for it. He was...
No, not at all, but like, he was really talked up. It's like, oh, the deepest anyone's ever got, and it turned out that was like a 5% of the way in.
I mean, we kinda crazy.
We are kind of crazy. But there is a pretty glaring security flaw that you have. 2 of them that will be a running theme throughout this story. The first of which being a vulnerability to gaseous form, and another being a general unattentiveness of your staff.
She, like, kind of cups her chin and thinks, and Brutus points up a finger. I assure you that I was on top of my game. I was merely in my office doing paperwork when they attacked, so I never saw them. I was conscious the whole time until I wasn't because of them. Amaranth, like, doesn't even look over her shoulder. What's her sense motive? It's pretty good if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so the
That would have been funny.
She wants to believe the best in them.
I think I'm gonna have Ember Niece do a bluff check. What is Ember Niece's bluff? Oh, she doesn't even have it.
Oh.
She literally needs a nat 20. But you know what? She's been a little crit monster, so
No.
But she still rolled quite good. She just nods. I understand. Okay. Really? Gaseous form was that potent? I unfortunately had kind of assumed that gaseous form would be too difficult for most people to procure, not to mention with all of the heat rising, it wouldn't be that useful.
Well, that certainly did defray its usefulness as we got further in. In fact, it almost foiled us right off the get-go with, she points out, this vent here. That was our point of ingress to get by all of the first floor security. And how did we... Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, just, we were, Maze actually gets the credit for that one. The gaseous form got us past the earth elementals since we didn't have to put any weight on the ground. And then once we were in the shaft, or once Maze was in the shaft, he was able to get the rest of the way down without triggering any of your alarms.
No small feat, but I will.
No small feat, indeed.
I will comment that grate was probably underprepared for the job that it's been given. I'd put at least a slightly stronger series of bolts on that.
Understood.
You go ahead.
Oh, without even like saying it, you notice that any time that Amaranth does a very subtle nod, Brutus immediately starts writing something down.
Yeah.
They are trained.
I would also recommend having some sighted guards patrolling the perimeter in addition to just the earth elementals. We actually didn't know the elementals were there, but they don't really conceal their presence if you are watching the lay of the land. And so once it was apparent that they were patrolling the outside, we immediately knew, okay, we're not gonna walk over there because they will detect us. It's easier if you know elementals well, but someone who's casing your place and able to see them from the outside should be able to prepare for that.
Duly noted. One of the main reasons that we haven't really considered having eyes there, most specifically, is we have the butterflies, which makes me consider, how on earth did you get past them? Because, to my understanding, there's no report of any of the butterflies being killed or harmed in any capacity.
That was due in one part to good fortune and one part due to gaseous form doing a lot of work. It was my business, and as I'm sure you can tell from looking at me, there's not a whole lot of exposed skin to be working with.
I wouldn't know.
Right. I wear this entire drab cloak and a whole lot of stuff that covers basically every inch of skin on me. A couple tried to get in, but it was easy enough to brush them away with a metal hand.
Brutus leans down. Yes, he has a very fancy mask on. From what I can tell, sure, hair is exposed and the hood is not vacuum sealed, but all the same, the likelihood of a butterfly making contact is exceedingly low. So, I'm willing to believe this.
Gaseous form also removes anatomy, so nothing to poison.
That's true. Interesting. My, this gaseous form was quite the problem.
Yep. It did the overwhelming majority of work for us.
Fucking great. So, a thing that should be brought up is, like, whenever Oleander is annoyed, he, like, just sucks down on the cigarette hard, so you watch it, like, burn away, but then, like, not even 3 seconds later, it, like, regenerates? He clearly has a magic cigarette.
I'm sorry.
I'm a 0 pack a day kind of guy. Oh, so you quit? No.
No. Oh, yeah.
When did you get there? I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, yeah. I thought I'd just swing on in for a meeting. I wasn't sure it was happening until just like 20 minutes ago. Great.
I'm
So the incinerator also the shaft and the carriage are not airtight between them, not completely anyway. Yeah, this is gonna. Maze alluded to this being a recurring theme because of the high temperatures involved there. You might need to look into finding some way to keep your metal fixtures more consistently in shape because the warping makes it very difficult to seal them against this kind of thing completely. How long would you say it took you to find a point where you could slip in, Maze?
Not terribly long. A few minutes at least.
Yeah, I suppose the metal hasn't been adjusted since it was first implemented, and with that much heat, yes, it's obvious that it would be warped. Ugh, idiots. Both Brutus and Embernice put their hands on her shoulders. No, not at all. No, how could you know? We'll fix it. We'll fix it.
This is how we figure these things out. As you realized before, though, gaseous form would not allow us to get down the shaft by itself. Fortunately, spider climb is an easy enough solution to that.
Makes sense. Yes, I kind of assumed that then, as you're well aware of how the incinerator works. Oh, Tabby, Artigan, if you're done flirting, would you mind getting me a little refill quick? Oh, yes, of course. I'm terribly sorry. I'm happy to help. That came off a little ruder than I wanted, but I don't want to talk about classified information around them. So, yes, with the incinerator, there is the portal to the plane of fire in there.
That was a fun surprise.
Yes, I bet it was. And she kind of smirks.
I'm not certain how necessary it is to have, frankly. It does improve your security a fair amount, but seems a bit much, don't you think?
Well, here's the big thing. I'm happy to tell you this because we're going to be modifying some of the security measures anyways. There are some vaults that if you do not say a certain passcode when you enter them, it automatically casts dismissal. It's incredibly efficient, and then because you are being dismissed back to your plane, it's considered a teleportation, thus meaning you will be guaranteed warped back to the center of the Horde in prison.
Well,
I was going to ask about that. Just to confirm, once I recognized that Brutus was slinging dismissal at us, I suppose if it interacts with your own enchantment in such a way that they reliably arrive there, less concerned. But for my own, that's not a spell that is actively part of my repertoire, but from my understanding, that can banish you to a random plane of existence under normal circumstances. I hope you factored that in and haven't been sending potential thieves into the elemental plane of, negative energy or anything.
Oh, can you imagine some poor bastard floating out in the abyss?
Oleander takes a cigarette out and points it. Yeah, that was kind of a thing with my grandparent. They didn't give a flying fuck. But, then there were like regulations and missing people reports. So, and rules needed to change. Amaranth kind of like leans forward. Yes, and thankfully, our grandmother decided to make some changes. Yeah, it was a pretty good idea.
Not all-encompassing changes. You do still have that elevator.
It's one of our largest security measures, just because you normally need the blood of a hair sift to get through, and it's frustrating you didn't need that, but makes sense because, God, what a fuck up. No, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a problem. We'll get it fixed.
Yeah, getting the blood would have been difficult, to be sure. I put a lot more mental energy into coming up with ways to get through that without needing to move the incinerator than I did with trying to figure out how to move the incinerator. So you're held up in that regard.
Good.
After that point, most of our movement through your facility involved involved passing off various flight between us, while the rest of us were hiding in a life bubble in a bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
Amaranth just pauses. That's so goddamn clever. Oh.
I wish
Yeah,
I wish I could
we
say
can't
we
take
thought
credit
of
for
it.
that.
Yeah.
Wait, who thought of it then?
Some adversaries.
It's a long, agitating story.
It turns out you can hide a whole army in there as long as the army doesn't need to breathe. And in their case, undead. In our case, life bubble for some extended free breathing.
Everyone kind of
Also
looks at
good
each other.
not to melt.
Yes.
Yes, that's another point of our security, is just the fact that the plane of fire is exceedingly hot. The vast majority of regular people wouldn't be able to function there. So, yes, a life bubble spell would trivialize that. It's unfortunate, because I know there's some dispel magic enchantments.
Yeah, we got by one of those eventually. That was the first domino that eventually led to us getting found out.
So, what it sounds like you're saying is I need to implement more.
I would definitely say that. I would also say that, again, due in no small part to the general lax nature of your security personnel down there, we were able to get through a lot of jams we really shouldn't have been able to. I'm under the impression that no one down there really thought they needed to be on any sort of alert.
I was alert the whole time! As was I when after I finished the paperwork. Oleander just like puffs on a cigarette. You fucking idiots.
Well, what you've got is not really a arcane or technological failure here. You got a sociological problem, which is to say, your outermost layers of security are so nearly impenetrable, and you have the protection you need against invisibility. How are you possibly going to motivate your guards to really take seriously the idea that they need to be alert constantly while on duty, including looking up? Looking up, important in this scenario. No one did it. But it's not easy to convince people that it's necessary when it's literally never been tested in, hundreds of years? And I don't know how you solve that problem.
Embernice like scratches the back of her head. I mean, as a giant, I don't look up often, so sorry, Ami. It's fine. Embernice, it's fine. She turns back. I think I'm going to implement a new test. And what might that be, ma'am? I'm going to try to break in every month or so.
Yeah,
Sorry?
I think drills are the way to go. If people know they have to be on the lookout for something, especially, give a little prize to whoever spots you.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly have enough abjuration magic, and I am immune to fire, so I can just walk on the lava, so that's not even a problem. Ma'am, Brutus, like, drops down to one knee to get closer. Are you sure about that? Like, we don't wish to harm you. She just smiles. Oh, you couldn't harm me. And she just, like, pats him on the cheek. I assure you. And I don't want any of you to hold back if I do decide to enter. And Bernice looks back. I don't think I can't hit her. Right. I might also try to hire more people to try and break in. Interesting.
You're gonna need some really top shelf folks.
Either that, or you could, there's probably not a whole lot of high enough level spellcasters to pull off this whole bevy of magical tricks needed, but, you could supply the basic, fire resistance, endure elements, all the things a non-magical person would need to make it even possible, and then, send in a team of really top talent, standard, you got your rogues, really anything. Anyone who does normal breaking and entering stuff, who wouldn't otherwise be able to break into a superheated chamber of magma, but with you, that shouldn't be a problem.
Oleander gets really cheeky. He's like, why don't you just make it a fucking college credit? You know, you're gonna be working
great
at
idea.
Yeah, no, Amaranth like thinks that's actually not the worst idea. Obviously, we need to be very cautious of who we decided to send in for this sort of a task,
But even if it was something as simple as seeing if any students could figure out a way to get through your new securities, like, it doesn't have to be like the whole 9 yards, just something as simple as seeing if fixing the metal on the doors makes them impenetrable now.
Yes, obviously we would need to make sure that there are some restrictions. Like, I don't want anyone burning alive, obviously.
No, of course not.
No, but yes, it sounds like complacency was one of our largest weaknesses. Both giants cough.
Oh, another kind of unnecessary. Yeah, I hate to give this advice because it looks really cool. You got a great aesthetic down there, but she taps the obsidian gates. These gates, really fantastic obstacle. These, unlike every other door, actually were airtight. We could not get up and around them. So what we ended up having to do was everyone hopped in the bag, and then I swallowed the bag into an earth elemental form and glided through the gates and through the lava to get by. But that would have been harder to pull off if I hadn't had the opportunity to cast that polymorph spell, which I was only able to do because I was able to dangle off the gate on your sigil here.
Amaranth kind of taps her fingers on the table a few times. Why the hell are there decals all over the Horde? People already know we fucking own it.
Also, it's inside where no one except your people will literally ever see, so it's not for advertising purposes.
I can understand that maybe it was a point of pride at some point.
Yeah,
but...
no, it feels nice, but no, I would have... Getting time to cast that spell would have been a lot trickier had these gates been completely smooth and featureless.
You could feel the area getting warmer. And there's a moment where, like, her hand is, like, wrapped around the hot cocoa because she likes to feel the warmth on her fingers. You notice that it's boiling. And Oleander's like, to be fair, my grandparent, Brienne, they were the sort of individual that wanted to boast and things like that. Wouldn't surprise me if they actually did tours down there for a while. Amaranth, like, turns to him. Why the hell would they do tours of a secret vault? To show off. It's wizards. What'd you expect?
Wizards are like that.
Wizards be wizards, girl. Like, how do you not know this stuff?
There was, that makes sense. I was able to find a non-trivial amount of information about the inner workings of the Horde among the research materials at the library. Not any of this, she points to the new blueprint, but all the above ground stuff, yeah. That's just a matter of public record if you know where to look.
Do you... Oh, yes?
Speaking of pieces of paper, Brutus, your drawing did come in handy, but it also kind of foiled us a little bit.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
Like, we knew what we were looking for, but my spell that located object located the copy of the paper that was in your filing cabinet in your office, and not the actual compass. At first.
Oleander.
Yeah, no,
what?
If it sounds like we've been very one-sided before and made this sound easy, I should clarify, it was not, and also, when we got to what turned out to be Brutus's office, we thought we had made it, and then we opened that cabinet and saw the drawing, and we were like, oh no.
Brutus kind of leans forward. I'm terribly sorry. I had no intention of trying to dupe you. That was not my intention at all.
No, obviously that was not the situation.
No, we'll look back on this and laugh once our burns heal.
I look back, I'm already getting a good chuckle. Don't tell me to shut up. He points at my path.
I'll fucking kill you.
I'll kill you. I'm level, like, what the fuck am I, 17? I'm crazy.
Well, here's another part to get a guffaw out of. We did eventually hit a pretty major jam at the intersection between the break room and that main hallway before the end of the line, as it were.
Oh?
Yeah. By that point, we had run out of gaseous form, so my only real option was to try and get the door open, and that is where we ended up getting detected.
We did get some pretty impressive locks from some craftsmen in the Plane of Fire. So the lock designs are already very different from what we have here in the material plane, not to mention we have them switched out each week. So
Well, that's a good security measure. Unless you've got a lunatic who's really good at picking locks, which I don't mean to brag, but I do sort of fall into these categories.
she nods. No, you should brag. It's impressive. Like, out of game, those DCs are fucking bonkers.
Well, I couldn't see what happened. Maze just dumped us out of a bag at a certain point and was like, "Cheese it!" But
I believe my exact words were, "We're fucked."
But from my understanding, the fact that the break room has a line of sight to the door leading to the end of the line, good idea. Came in handy for your team.
She just nods. I think it's important to have a resting area for our people, but I also want them to be ready if by chance someone were to get that far, that anyone that is resting is the nearest by, that they can dive into the problem immediately.
No, that makes sense.
Also, the lower ceilings in that area probably helped a bit with your looking up problem, especially with giants for guards.
Yes.
So you might want to... That's also an alternative you could try implementing in some of these other places.
Oh, thank you so much, dear. Yes, So it sounds like we need to lower the ceiling in a lot of these portions.
Would help,
I assume actually lowering the ceiling, especially in... Brutus, can you... Yes, she's likely gesturing to the magma river. The ceiling is rather high there, so if we were able to bring that down a bit, I feel like that would be very helpful.
I was able to stand up there and just show people what go on and think what next to up on ceiling.
Yeah, we maybe had a little bit too much leeway up there.
Oh, damn. Okay. No, that makes sense. And again, Brutus... Yes, ma'am. Please tell people to look up every once in a while. It doesn't need to be often, and I don't need them to be craned up like a turkey in the rain, but I do need them to be looking around more. Yes,
Cocoa boils.
A little bit. You see the marshmallows are just like melting.
To be expected. Now, once we got into that final chamber with the lava pool, we were mostly out of tricks, though we did have one more for that occasion. Sourced locally, as it turns out.
Cocks an eyebrow. Embernice kind of, like, she gets in a very attentive state and salutes. Yeah, they threw a bomb!
Several, actually, yes.
Yeah, there were a lot.
But one way stronger than other bomb.
Yeah, one very large, very powerful ice bomb, and somehow I feel she'd be remiss if I didn't mention her by name, made by Flare Debonair.
Oh, you know what? We're gonna get Flare's theme.
Yeah.
She thinks about that for a moment. Flare. Oh gods, I even talked to her. Oh.
Yeah,
I wasn't exactly subtle. I was reaching out to even Tathovir about any possible items that he had sold recently. Looks like you made pretty good friendships with them, or I showed up before you purchased anything because they had nothing for me.
I believe it was that one.
Oh, gods.
Well, also, in Flair's case, we've agreed to do a little advertising on her behalf, as, you know, the support team behind the greatest heist in Leviara history. So she had every incentive to help us succeed wholeheartedly.
Also, new experiment, new Very new, not normal things
Yes.
you make.
Extremely new, though I can't stress enough, sourced locally by a person and also in ingredients. Are you aware that there's some adaptoddles that are very close to here?
Oleander kind of leans forward. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where we leave them alone, they leave us alone. I assume you did not leave them alone?
We did not leave them alone.
That explains some fisherman tales I've been hearing lately.
Sorry about that.
I don't give a fuck, I still get fish.
Well, then I'm sorry to them. The point is...
I don't give. I still get fish. Garen elsewhere, not for long.
The point is, the goo from their eggs can be used to make very potent elemental weaponry. Potent enough to be able to disable entire pools of magma.
Oh, that's what you threw at me? Man, all I remember is, like, you threw a big tube, and then I got confused, and then there was, like, a flashbang. My ears were ringing for a while, and then everything was rock.
Yeah, it was one hell of a thing.
Amaranth kind of, like, leans over to kind of turn towards Brutus. Brutus, are we able to fix... we're already in the process of digging out the rock and putting magma back in. Good. That was a lot...
I mean, you really only have to heat it, right? The rock is still the magma.
Right, but whatever you did was a lot more potent than one might have expected.
Oh. Well, Flair will be really happy to hear that, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, I'm sure. She smiles. Interesting. Okay, so from what I'm gathering here, you had to use an immense amount of resources. You all had to have many experiences and walks of life to even get through this, and you needed experimental equipment to get through the final portion.
Not so experimental
man.
now.
Right,
Oh man,
fair.
you want to talk about experimental equipment takes out the orb. This bad boy, I've got bruises on my face from this, but it got the job done like a champ.
Amaranth kind of tilts her head.
Oh,
I'm
sorry, yeah, this is an orb. I was given this and told it was an orb that was aggressively magnetic. We did not
just like looks around like, the fuck are you talking about?
Real
We
quick.
did not set foot inside the final vault, which turned out to be the right call, though we didn't know exactly what defenses you had in there.
Well,
Rather, we
real quick.
Oh, yeah?
While Dia's talking, I'm gonna try and telegrab Oleander's watch.
Okay.
Is this it? Your last play?
This is my last hurrah. I can play this off as a demonstration if I succeed, or if I fail, you know?
Yeah, I crack open...
Get it.
I crack open door, and then we see compass, and Dia like, okay, gonna use magnet.
Oh boy, here. I'm gonna look at Oleander's sheet really quick.
It works.
Because
This will be really funny if it does.
I gotta find out what his perception is. Like, I think you're gonna be fine regardless, but I think he still gets a roll.
To notice that it happened.
All right, he's an old man, and he's kind of wrapped up in conversation. So, yeah, he needs to roll like.
Oh.
So
God.
here's what'll happen. Here's what'll happen. I know it's a natural 20, but I think what happens is Oleander does not notice. And it is only just when Maze starts to present it that he's like, where's my war? And then, like, in the same sentence before he can finish the word, you fucker.
Magnetism is one hell of a trick, as it turns out.
Is it?
Maze,
Amaranth, like, turns around. Did something happen? What did you do?
Maze hands the watch over. Feel for yourself.
She just holds it. Oh, get dunked, idiot. And she just, like, slides it back to you, Maze.
And Maze, in turn, slides it back to Oleander.
It is embarrassing that you gave it back and not my daughter. I think the word you're looking for is telling. As you were saying, and she gestures back to you, Dia.
Right. So
Dude,
yeah.
Oleander is chewing his cigarette.
He's eating this.
So,
He looks like a fucking cow grazing.
So yeah, we had a little trouble getting that door open because we had just managed to subdue Embernice and Brutus was hot on our heels. So in the end, we didn't wait for the door to get picked. Nash broke it open and then we yanked the compass out from inside, which was not that easy thanks to that very clever gravity enchantment. But the aggressiveness of the magnetism in the end carried the day, and I got a little more than I bargained for with the doors, all of the chests, and 80,000 gold as well.
When you say that clever enchantment, you see her do a little flourish, like yours truly, and she's like, "Well, interesting. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, even like very powerful telekinesis could likely move it as well. But I'm impressed that you had anything that was strong enough to not only pull the compass out during that high gravity situation, but the doors themselves. Interesting. Well, a couple of things are coming to mind immediately. She kind of leans over her shoulder. Brutus, do you mind writing this down? Ma'am, I've been writing the whole time. Oh, bless you. Okay. So, first and foremost, I would like to have all of our steel doors modified, obviously. If possible, I would like them to be obsidian on the outside, but then layered with some steel on the inside. Oh, yes, so if they try to use earth gliding, our earth elementals will detect the movement through it, but they'll be blocked by the door itself. Yes, quite. All right. And because it's stone, it shouldn't be modified, especially if we continue using obsidian. Yes, quite. All right. Simple enough, dear ma'am. Let's see here. What else are you thinking? I guess I need to amplify that gravity. I'm sorry. So you just chose to get electrocuted by the door? She just gestures?
Yep. At that point, it was the only option.
Shit,
Yeah.
if it works, I guess, sure. More electricity? She shrugs, and you notice Brutus writes it down, electricity, more question mark?
We very tough people, but if they get that far, they probably also.
Yeah, it wasn't really much of a consideration to us by that point, so probably should juice it up a little.
Yeah, and it would explain because it didn't detect actual, like, it has a sensor for anything that's living that were to go in there as well. And if by chance they don't say a certain phrase when they enter the door, the gravity will not deactivate. And more importantly, if anyone moves too far in, wall of force will be dropped on every single part of that room, so there's no way to leave. And on top of that, it's flash frozen.
Oh yeah, we did see that happen, I think.
Well, I'm glad that showed up late.
Yeah, you may want that to trigger if the doors are forced open in the first place, because yeah, no, I think that went off only after we had emptied the entire contents and ripped the doors off.
Oh, God. I'm embarrassed to say that's my enchantment. I clearly did a piss poor job. Ugh. This is I swear, I'm good at this. I swear.
No, we believe you.
It's such an embarrassing show. Like, I'm really proud of my magic. And to hear that it activated when you were leaving, like, my God. She falls back in her chair. Oh, all right. Well.
Yeah, as for us leaving, Maze looks over to Redpath. This is where your contribution mostly was.
Yes, how did you get out? Because teleportation shouldn't work.
Oh, it was just a little bit of divine magic. I am in possession of a certain trinket that basically allows me to not teleport between paintings, but traverse between certain parts of certain painted things. And we just so happen to have a painting of the roof, from the roof of the tiny bucket, and just stepped on through.
Amaranth kind of cups her chin and thinks, oh, that's so clever. Because based on what you're describing here, it sounds like it operates like a bag of holding. While it's
Yes.
technically another quotation marks dimension, it's not actually traveling. It's just going to a pocket space. Oh, you are also very clever. I'm still mad, but I am so thankful it was defeated by creativity and preparedness, and honestly, just a lot of strength. You're all quite smart. You're all quite powerful. Well done.
You know, I think we actually begrudgingly have to shout out a different adversary for some inspiration there. They nearly managed to murder a whole bunch of people in a house exclusively using a spell that let them step between doors.
Kind of cocks an eyebrow.
We get around.
Right, and it was really silly, but they straight up built a door out in the middle of nowhere so that they could leave the house whenever they wanted.
Amaranth thinks, oh, I have a new idea. Brutus, can you find me some scrolls of Urban Step? I have an idea of what we can do with the doors to really screw with people. Yes, of course, man.
Oh man, sorry, future people. Looks like I should have kept my mouth shut.
Do you really think that's like a clever way to budget it, though?
How do you mean?
I feel like that money could be put to something a little more critical.
Well, obviously, I'm making donations to the Academy.
That's
also...
not what I mean. Never mind. Ignore me.
He means
No.
He means in the way of security. It seems like
It's
you're
a little
mostly
superfluous.
yeah, a little bit trolling them as opposed to just being more effective. Regardless, it's your initiative to do what you wish with. But before we move too far away from it, I would like to make abundantly clear that your two greatest treasures, as they were, did not slack off in their job of trying to stop us.
Oh. Me and Bernice fought really hard.
You see Embernice is like kind of sheepishly playing with her hands. Yeah, but I still failed. Amaranth kind of leans over in the chair. Embernice, based on the fact that you were able to hold off 4 very talented adventurers, by yourself, it sounds like, besides maybe a little assistance from Earth Elementals, long enough for Brutus to get through a wall of force and Earth spikes, I think
Black
that's
tentacles.
and black black tentacles. I think that's marvelously impressive. Yes, you did fail, but you certainly did not disappoint. And she just reaches out. Marvelous work. I really thought I was gonna get fired. Thank you.
No, good fight.
No, you're
No shame.
no, you worked harder than every other guard we saw down there.
Really?
Just not even flattery. Yes.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Again, Nash, I'm really sorry I hit you, but like you were coming at me.
You hard too.
You were like a shark. I had to
Fair.
get you. Yeah, you were like a shark. I had to get you in the nose. I had no choice. This is coming at me. She just like throws her hands up.
And Brutus, I am sorry about ruining your coffee.
It was you, fiend!
It was supposed to put you to sleep, but clearly you're too hardy for that.
No, it just made me mad. It made my stomach upset later too. Oh, Uncle. Like pats him.
If me not have this sword, Brutus would got me, and I would not be at table.
Well, I feel like we would have released you. I don't want you to think we were just going to lock
No,
you up.
but like if real criminal, then you have one and can find out stuff. So
I mean, don't undersell yourself, Nash. I'm sure you could have broken out of that cage they have there. You're a strong guy.
never know with magic. Magic cheat.
Magic is cheating, yes.
Magic is not cheating. Shut up. I earned this.
I'm not gonna say it, but the first thought that went through my mind was Nash going, "Were we talking?"
Shut the fuck up!
Stay in fuck lane.
Yeah, Oleander.
Well,
He thinks
talking?
about saying it, but doesn't.
Amaranth takes the blueprint, rolls it up, and hands it back to Brutus, who very quickly kind of stuffs it in, for him, what is essentially just like a little breast pocket. But, you know, it's a big-ass blueprint. And she comes back and kind of steeples her hands together. Again, thank you all so very much for participating in, let's be real, something very stupid. Like it just was. But this will be genuinely, exceedingly helpful for the future when we are protecting something that's actually worth protecting. And Oleander leans forward. I'm sorry, what? We're talking about because they have the compass now, right? Like, I'm not crazy. They have that.
Yes, we do have that.
They do have it. And if anything, this has solidified what I had told you from the very beginning. If they are able to get through the horde of House Hersif, I am confident that they can handle whatever is going on at Blackthorn Manor. And let us be perfectly frank. She puts her hands up. Who gives a shit what's going on in a spooky mansion literally no one else will be able to access? And if I may be incredibly blunt with you for present, if they die, that's their problem.
No, it's true.
Yep.
This is their decision. And so long as they don't bring back whatever nonsense is happening there, I don't much care either way. And if anything, I am thankful that they approached us at all to find a diplomatic way to go through this, and were kind enough and patient enough to put up with my bullshit to make it happen. And when I say my bullshit, I mean yours, Father. So, because...
Let's be clear.
Because, again, I can't stress this enough. Nobody else knows about this thing. Oleander just, like, chews on a cigarette. Well, all the same, lovely work, 11th hour. You, real good at this shit. Keep it up, I guess. And he just bulldozes through these two and walks away.
Oh, before I forget about it, Maze takes out the blueprints for the first floor and hands them over. We don't need these anymore, and they probably make more sense to stay in your records rather than my bag of holding.
She takes them, just kind of like feels the weight and smiles. You know, I was going to ask, but I really appreciate that you would just hand these over.
It's just paper to me now.
Well, it's always just paper to me. And she hands it back to Brutus.
May I make an impish suggestion?
Ooh, go
Put those
on.
back in the library, but change the layout of your defenses in this area.
She just claps her hands. Oh my god, Brutus, add some zigzags. Just go nuts with it. Oh, I love that. That's very funny. She then turns over to Redpath. I know that you were not a fan of this concept from the beginning. You were rightfully annoyed by it. But I genuinely do appreciate you going through with this and helping ensure that we can boost our security, not just to keep people's things and stuff safe, but, she gestures, to keep my people safe as well.
He just sighs.
I'll take it. Right. Well.
Oh, before you go, Amaranth, I believe we have a wager that needs settling.
Ah. Yes, actually. I apologize. I genuinely forgot for a moment. Not trying to get out of it, I assure you.
No, of course not.
Well, I did in fact lose. She cups her hands and kind of turns to you. What do you want?
What do I want?
Obviously within limits. Like, don't ask for my fortune. Like, good God. It's a pocket watch. She just like...
No, nothing so extravagant. I think I'll settle for having a boon for later. Who knows when I'll need it.
Oh. I can't say no to that because that is our deal, but I won't lie, I am certainly concerned because there is nothing worse than someone having their thumb over you. Well, congratulations, you've earned it.
Yeah, I'll try to make sure that it's not for anything too bad, but if I'm being entirely frank with you, there's no ceiling on how stupid a problem involved with us can get.
I noticed. But I mean that affectionately. Well,
You guys suck, affectionate.
I mean, yeah, I guess we are more or less done here, but if you would like, she just gestures to her home. I have an impressive library if that were to interest you. I'm more than happy to assist with any enchantments you might have on your equipment if it needs to be recharged or anything of the sort. I'm also happy to let you spend the night if you just want an interesting locale and the possibility of hearing my father grumble and mumble.
Oh, that sounds fun.
This is a really nice place, and we barely got to spend any time here last time, so I would like to take you up on that offer. Also, I'm the exact right level of buzzed for reading a good book.
Since when do you need to be buzzed to read a book?
Well, I mean, there's an exact right level of buzzed that improves literally any activity, and reading a book is one of my favorite activities. I don't see the contradiction.
And I don't see the benefit in drunkenly turning pages, but to each their own, I guess.
No, it's great. You can gauge exactly where you are by how many times you're having to reread paragraphs. Kind of like when you're tired, but it's a different feeling. It's really exhilarating.
That's just
it's
how
a
I read
battle
books
to see
anyway.
if you can wrestle the knowledge out of the book with one hand tied behind your back.
Also, if it does interest you, we do have a pool table.
Sold.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Okay, I take it you like pool?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's been too long since I've seen Nash work his magic
Nash
on a
is a
billiards
pool
table.
legend.
And Bernice just thinks, I've never really played pool. What is it like? Is it just like you just hit a ball and stuff like that?
Yeah, you hit a ball with a stick. It's fantastic.
Oh, cool!
But you have to hit, there's a very specific ball you have to hit. That's the only one you can hit, and so you have to hit the ball into other balls and geometry your way to victory.
Or you can just go to town.
Or you can just go to town. Which
That
honestly works pretty well for Nash.
That one. I want to do that one.
Okay, we can have him.
You're not on the clock right now, are you?
I don't... That's I gotta check. Amaranth, am I in the clock? No, Embernice, come inside, please.
I was expecting to be fired. I didn't think I would get this far.
Tabitha comes up. Oh, I have dinner. I'll put it back. Come on in, everyone. Don't worry, I'll eat with you. And Artigan walks with her with the food.
And we'll find out what happens next time on Ebon Ward.
Oh boy. What will happen next time?
I don't know if we're gonna play pool on screen or not. What do you think are the odds of that?
Who knows?
Are we cutting ahead
Listen,
or?
we have to make our own dreams come true.
We'll find out next time.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll find out next time.
All right. I
Yeah.
hope so.
Oh man. Yeah. Here, let me get some different music playing. Yeah, I'll do this
Oh
one.
boy.
Man. Yeah, so Skift did the art for Redpath's parents.
Lovely.
Here, I'll get them again. Cause I like how they turned out. You got your Jacques. And then you've got Penelope.
It's the equation. It makes 100% sense. It just does.
Yeah. No, it was really fun to talk to Skift. I was like, all right, so I need you to make just like a really sad looking dad, and then I need a flashbang of a woman.
And there she is.
And Skift absolutely delivered. Yeah, the very fun thing also is that she's got like the molting gold going through the hair. So, yeah. No, she's a lot. It's yeah, so very, very pleased. Thank you again for that, Skiff. These two will be on the Patreon. Maybe with the next batch of characters. I don't know
Why
if
he Orpal? Because he's standing in his wife's ambient lighting. Duh.
Yeah. God.
If you want to check out our Patreon where you can find this kind of stuff, there's the link.
Oh yeah, it's right there. That's the Patreon.
Yeah.
And you can also go to our Discord. How do I invite people to the Discord?
I got it. I got it.
Thank you.
If you want to join our Discord, there is our Discord.
Cha-cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha. Oh, man. Well, good sesh, folks.
Yeah.
Had a lovely time. Here, let me get the Imgur.
That'd be greatly
Pop that there.
appreciated.
The Imgur was made by Bread Bunny. Thank you so much, Bread Bunny.
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
very much. This
Well,
simplifies
goodbye,
my
Mom and Dad.
life significantly.
Here, let me get some different music playing. Let's do this. Yeah. You guys talked about how you broke into a horde.
We did do that.
It's pretty cool.
So, Ebon Ward, episode 130. There's nothing inherently tragic about not being friends. Oh.
Oh.
I disagree.
At the top of the pile from 6.
Thanks,
Crackers.
6!
Crackers love cheese.
That they do.
Am I a cracker?
You're the whitest man I've ever seen!
Thank you.
Thank you, 6. And everyone yet no bananas.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Oh! Did it break?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stop moving in this bathtub as these glass shards swirl around.
I can get them.
No.
Then
Okay.
from Riru.
Maze, have you tried this fucking shampoo yet?
No.
Oh, no.
I love how both of them are drawn in this.
Thank you very much. And from Kieran.
Oh, my mom died.
Cowabummer!
Oh, thank you very much. Then from and yet no bananas.
Oh,
It's
he have a
your
straw
dad.
baby.
Oh,
He got strawberry. He looks so fucking angry. Like, oh god, are they gonna ruin my life? Outstanding. Thank you so much.
And also from yet no bananas.
Jacques is basically John.
It is not.
It just is.
Yeah, it's
It's
super
not.
is.
Don't.
Then from
Thank you.
Skift.
Huh. My criminal record? Oh, the only crime I've committed was killing it on the dance floor. Well, no, actually, I have eaten a man.
Yeah.
Good expressions. I love how
Yeah.
big that chair is.
Yeah.
To have room for all our hair. Thank you, Skift. Then from yet no bananas. Keep it in your pants.
Yeah.
This is a bad thing. Oh, very good. Thank you so much.
Red Bunny.
Can I call you baby girl? Sure, why not?
Wait, what the fuck? Huh?
Hello, everyone. This is my new best friend, baby girl.
Thank you.
And I'm known as Big Shrimp.
That's the band Baby Girl and Big Shrimp.
Thank you, Bread Bunny.
Thank you so much.
And from Goblin Pink.
Ta-da!
Behold.
Behold, son.
Oh, hold on. I've got it.
Yeah!
Yo, is that Red Path? I heard he's not friends with anyone.
Ooh. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Then from 6.
He's going shrimping.
I got it.
Yeah,
That he
okay.
does.
God, thank you so much.
Then from Zero,
Some
Aw.
items used and found in this adventure. The water taxi, globe of cutscenes, globe of blizzards, fishing rod for Garen.
getting a lot of
Looking
use out of
fit.
that one. Thank you, Zero.
Looking fancy. Thank you so much.
Then from Skift,
Who the fuck is burning down my kitchen?
Making breakfast for my beautiful wife.
the Dia
Very
died down
cute.
and at us. I like that.
I do also like the little dinosaur Dia. Like, oh, hey.
Hey, he skipped.
Hey, guys.
Then from Yeno Banana.
He's crying!
It's bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
I'm rich. This shouldn't happen to me.
Thank you so much. Then from Brock the Hot Trainer.
He's like a cat. If they like you, you won.
We are not friends, dear.
They're not.
Hey, old man. Years of child support
Hand it over.
handed over. I thought it said did nothing. I need it for a painting of Ma.
I have teeth, Redpath.
Yes, okay.
I do have teeth.
Very-
These are made from synthetic chicken bones.
Great. Thank you so much. They're a brand new artisan, too. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Wow,
that.
Zowie, happy to have you.
Lovely.
Is there
Thank
anything
you so
else? Anything else in the tank? Anything at the bottom of the barrel? Or we got it all.
Look like it.
Looks like we got it all. Awesome.
Cool beans. Well, thank you all so much for coming out, making art and little memes and things of the sort, and just being supportive. We really appreciate it. It's great.
And thank you for running this, Will. This was a fun sash.
Yeah, thank you for playing. It's definitely a more casual one.
That's fine.
No one's dying.
No one's dying, and that's the way we like it. As for you, chat, thank you so much for being here, supporting us however you do it, be it by subscribing, or by giving us art, or just being here at all. How you show your support, however you do it, means the absolute world to us. Thank you so much for being here this time, and thank you for being here next time. Say goodbye to chat, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Toodles.